Connect to the net with the click of a mouse. Talk on the phone and surf the web at the same time on the same phone line. Download files faster than it takes you to say, better value. Just call 1-800-PIC-DSL to sign up for Verizon Online DSL for as low as $14.95 a month. That's 1-800-PIC-DSL. And here's another question for you. What are you waiting for? Verizon.
Verizon reminds you to always download legally. $14.95 a month rate available for new Verizon residential 768 kilobits per second DSL customers. 1 year commitment required. $79 early termination fee applies. Speed and uninterrupted service not guaranteed. Not available in all areas. Additional monthly supplier, FUSF recovery charge, and applicable taxes may apply. Other terms and conditions apply. Offer expires 2/15/06.
Judge Joe Brown takes on New York today at 3 p.m. only on NBC4.
Show is this anyway? Different. How different?
Impactful. Cutting edge.
Let's take this form, this very American tradition of entertainment into the 21st century, the new millennium.
Okay, no. What's the name of the show?
The Wendy Williams Experience. To bring you our feature presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, what your ears are about to witness, the greatest queen of all time. Okay, party people in the house.
Turn it up, yo. Turn it up. This is it. Allow me to reintroduce this queen.
From west to east.
Just better get it right.
Y'all know the name.
Wendy Williams. Been in this game for a while.
I hate to brag.
Ain't nobody
Hey, this phenomenal.
Like
the queen.
Right here.
Who the world is this? With so much drama. From yo block to yo block. I heard of the number one female. Been doing this for years.
Empty barbershop, beauty salon.
Who the world is this? With so much
Again and again.
Wendy Williams.
Bringing your name up. A lot of you haters scared to death. In the show.
She at it again.
Wendy Williams.
She in it to win.
Wendy Williams.
She back and she staying.
Wendy Williams.
The ain't playing. I like to present you. The winner of the Game Shoes of the Year award.
Once again.
Introducing the queen.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to the show. I'm glad you guys are here today. Okay, so coming up on today's show, first of all, because I wasn't here Friday, which was the first Friday of February, today I'm going to introduce to you the book club read for this month in the Wendy Williams Experience. So I'll introduce a book. If you want to read, fine. If you don't, hey. We still got more of what you got or what you come here for, including Advice Hour and the Hour of Truth. Today we have special guests coming in from the National Black Leadership Commission on AIDS, because tomorrow is Black AIDS Awareness Day. Actually, it might be World AIDS Day. Tomorrow is a very important day because it's another one of those days to raise more awareness about something that we already know is out there. Anyway, so we'll talk about that a little bit today. And, of course, by now you heard about the shooting at Busta Rhymes' video shoot. We'll talk about that. We can talk about Nick Cannon, Madonna, Michelle Rodriguez. I wanted to talk with you about the game and whatever else it is that you would like to talk about. My chickadee, the phone lines, fax machines, and the emails are open. It is what it is. People, welcome to the Wendy Williams Experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and distinction that I introduce to you the queen of all media, Wendy Williams.
Oh. You know, even though I have plenty of warning every time the microphone opens, for some reason I am never ready. If you could equate it to you picking me up to go someplace, I'm pulling my shoes on and fastening my bra as I'm trying to lock the front door and run to the car. Yeah, with an extension cord on the curling iron, because I am just not together. Hey, how you doing today? How was your weekend? Did anybody win money on the Super Bowl that you care to share with the rest of us? I was at the Super Bowl party yesterday over in Belleville, New Jersey. I didn't notice a whole lot of betting activity, or maybe it's just that the bettors stay silent and focused on the screen the whole time. I didn't. I mean, there was a lot of drinking, a lot of eating going on. I couldn't really notice the betting activity. What kind of fountain of youth, by the way, is that Mick Jagger drinks from? I mean, right? Just incredible. All of them. It was just incredible. And I know that they're wrinkled and a mess and all like that, but you know what? They're all in their 60s, and we should be so lucky. Why is it that if you chopped off his head, he had the body of like an 18-year-old rocker kid? By the way, was I the only one thinking that perhaps Mick Jagger's got an eating disorder? Although he's always been that thin, right? Well, I'm glad to be here with you guys. Oh, you know what? Today, normally what I want to do is on the first Friday of every month, I want to introduce a new book for the Wendy Williams Experience book club. And then on the last Friday of the month, talk about the book, acknowledge some of your emails on it. And then when permitted, have the particular author in. And I wasn't here this past Friday, but I'm here today. And so I can, I had to go out to Detroit to host the Super Bowl party. And so, but the book that we're going to be reading this month is Roy Simmons' book, Out of Bounds. I mean, there's no way that, I was first introduced to him last month. Remember, he came into the show. He's the an ex-NFL player who's living with HIV, and he's just had such a roller coaster ride in life. And so I would like his book to be the one that you pick up this month and check out. And then at the end of the month, I've already talked to him. He's going to come back, and that way you'll get a chance to ask him questions now that you've read the book. Well, at that particular time, you would have read it, okay? So the book is called Out of Bounds, and it's by former NFL player Roy Simmons. Okay, and I'll repeat that throughout the month and, here and there. And then that way we can all be on the same page, so to speak, for the last Friday of the month. Okay. Boy, I mean, that shooting at Busta Rhymes' video shoot was just, Busta, we've been through it for whatever it's worth. I'm sorry to hear about what happened. That is just awful. The first people I thought about were Busta's kids. Like, Busta's a lot of things, but one thing that he is, he's been known to, have his kids around and stuff like that. And you're doing a video shoot on a Sunday morning. You just, and where there's kids, there's more kids and everything like that. I mean, my thoughts were with the adults as well, but the kids, what? Anyway, Busta, I'm sorry to hear about what happened. You all, it's just, this hip hop game, these streets, those people, just terrible. I had a chance to see Games Stop Snitching DVD over the weekend. That's a whole nother lane of retaliation and whatnot. I'm looking at that. I'm like, oh my God. While it was interesting to watch and everything, wow. I mean, he's going hard with this GU Not thing. He's going hard with it. So that's out right now. If you get a chance, check that out, and then just, take that little bit of knowledge and just realize how far hip hop has spiraled. I mean, LL Cool J might not be one of my favorite people as a person, but as a performer, I've always said this, and I'll stick by this. He's the GOAT, greatest of all time. The reason why is because he's transcended from rap to the movies and TV, and still has got that that street credibility, and he's married to Simone, and they have their kids, and the guy's just doing the damn thing. And back then it was just all so fun. Shout out to Raekwon. Shout out to Ghostface. Shout out to the Wu. You all never let it go there. They just never let it go there. And, nor were they big on feeding into people wanting to take them there. Just horrible. Horrible. Dave Chappelle on Oprah Friday. I didn't see it. How was it? Was it good? I saw Vivica Fox co-hosting The View this morning. And the first thing I noticed is Star Jones did not have her wedding ring on. like, yeah, and her wedding ring was on her right hand. And only the tan mark was on, the wearing it down mark was on her left hand. So, I don't know what all's going on there. It would seem to me that a woman in the public, knowing that we know Star was so big on this whole, marriage thing, and she made a big pomp and circumstance out of finding, her soulmate and the guy that's right for her and everything. She, of all people, I would never expect to, come out of the house without her ring on. And furthermore, make a conscious effort, not just to come out of the house with the ring not on her left hand, but put it on her right hand and have her hands up on the desk. And then they even acknowledged the whole ring thing on the show. They were talking about somebody else's rings and something or another. And giving the ring back. And so they're talking about a ring thing, and her ring's on her right hand. So Al, I don't know what you did or didn't do, but I know it took a lot. Whatever it is was big for Star to walk out of her house with no ring on. Celebrities do that all the time. Perhaps they won't wear the big one, but they'll wear, a simple, gold band or something like that, or maybe walk out of the house without it, Personally speaking, that's a turnaround for me. Like I'll have to turn around, but I keep one now. I keep a band in the office in a secret hiding place. It doesn't have diamonds or anything like that on it, but just so that I don't have to turn around. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like, what the hell? I worked hard for that and work hard to keep it going. I might walk out of the house with no makeup. I even, every once in a while, will walk out snatched bald. But that's just me. Like, I'm a ringy, like I worked hard for that. And when you're going to know that I am with someone. I am not, left hand barehanded. And I used to never play with that finger when I was a single woman either. Like a lot of girls, they'll put rings on their wedding finger, which is like, I don't know. I just never played with that finger. It is or it isn't. I don't need a ring to fend you off at the bar, by me playing as a single woman, like I'm married, so I don't want to be bothered. No, I got enough mouth and backbone to tell you, get away. Yes, I'm single and you are still not the one. Whatever. Oh, you know what? Happy birthday to Ike Johnson. Ike, Yvette Feinberg called me and said that you listen to the show every day. Ike, everybody, is a former NYPD detective, and he's retired, and he spends a lot of his retirement listening to the show. I love that, Ike. Thank you so much. Ike Johnson, everybody, celebrating his birthday. So, do you guys watch Lost? A lot of people watch Lost. I don't watch that show. I don't even know what it's about, but they're saying that Michelle Rodriguez could be losing her job on Lost. And no, they're not pointing the finger to her DWI charge that she pled not guilty to, and her trial is set on March 30th. They're not talking about that. They're talking about that. Well, first of all, on the show, she plays a woman named Anna Lucia. She's a tough broad. But her attitude has become increasingly just nasty on the set, they say. They say the producers are fed up with her acting, as if, she could never be in a good mood. She's always in a bad mood. She barely shows up to the set, and they say she's always in a bad mood. Now, barely shows up to the set. I don't know what that means. Maybe she just shows up to shoot her parts, and then she absolutely leaves. Like, she won't wait around. I don't know. But they say that as soon as they can fit it in, they want to kill her off the show. Now, ABC is declining to comment on that, and another source denies that she has any attitude at all and says that Michelle is very friendly. But the bigger picture is that and I don't know what's going on Lost, but is she an integral part to the show? Is she a pivotal person? Would they replace her with somebody else or what? I don't know. Anyway, but that's the word. She's got major attitude. That's the sound of the police. Yeah. All right, you guys. Here's the deal. We're going to go into the break. And, of course, the phone lines are open. And I'm glad you're here. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. Keep it where you got it.
Wendy, man.
I drove yesterday to get your book. That book is fire! Yes, honey, you did it again, honey. You did it again.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Sun 107.5 WBLS.
Today's R&B and classic soul, baby. It's WBLS 107.5. And you know what? Speaking of that Puerto Rico trip, what you need to know, because like every other person, isn't every other person in the tri-state area somehow in this industry, like in the music industry? If you happen to be in the music industry, and I'm talking about like not a hanger-on, like somebody who's viably employed, where we can check and make sure that you are part of some sort of establishment. You all get a particular discount to go to Puerto Rico. Yes, you got to be in touch with Nicole, my girl Nicole here at BLS, and she'll tell you all about it. But for everybody else, just keep in mind, if you're coming to Puerto Rico with us, I believe it's March 17th. That is the last day of purchasing trips. And the trip is now, well, you have to go to the WBLS website to find out the prices, WBLS.com. Find out the prices there, because I'm not the travel agent. And, the travel agency telephone number is also there. So that you can call and book your trips. But you know what? It's Sheer Travel. Yeah, SHEER. Sheer Travel. They're based here in Manhattan. They have a 212 number as well as a toll-free telephone number. But, book your trips. We're going to have lots of fun. I know we've already secured Drew Frazier and Capone, the Gangsta of Comedy. And we're looking to secure one more comedian for the Wendy Williams Comedy Experience, which is going to be Friday night when we're there. Of course, Thursday night we're doing karaoke. And Saturday, we're looking at getting like some sort of, one of those booze crews to go out for a few hours during Saturday afternoon. Then, of course, Saturday night is the big party. Keisha Cole's going to be there, and, it's on the private island. It's just going to be a lot of fun. Very, very sexy. Steve's got his celebrity golf tournament going on to raise money and for his earmarked charity. There are some side trips to St. Thomas that you can look into. Of course, the snorkeling and just, do you just want to come to Puerto Rico and just lay back and eat and drink? Because I totally understand that. And not to mention the place that we're staying, El Conquistador, they have a world-renowned spa. So, I don't know whether you're into... As a matter of fact, I have to call there myself or figure out whether they have endermology, because I wouldn't mind getting that every day while we're there. Endermology is like it's a quick fix to cellulite, and all it does is reduce it for about 24 hours. As soon as you pop a Swedish meatball or, some Poland Springs into your system, it starts to come back. But endermology is what a lot of women use, like the day before they're getting married, and they have to like lose those last few inches to get into their gown or whatever. They wrap you and roll you and knead you and stuff like that. And I've had it before. It does. You can actually, get the endermology and lose quickly, like, 2 inches per thigh. I mean, it comes right back. It's just a quick fix. And they let you know that. It's a quick fix. It does come back, like 24, 48 hours later. But I wonder if El Conquistador does endermology. Because if they do, I'm down. I'll book my appointments now. Get one of those appointments every day at like 9 a.m. and then hit the pool by 10 a.m., say. Have my first drink by 10:15, and it's all back by 10:16. Hey. Oh, boy. All right, so what's going on here at the radio station? Let me talk to you about LA Weight Loss, 1-800-448-TRIM. It's LA Weight Loss. I mean, yeah. Yes, because LA Weight Loss is not going to get rid of cellulite. I know what you're thinking. Why the endermology on LA Weight Loss? Because I got a lot of cellulite. More than endermology can probably handle, but I love LA Weight Loss. The LA Weight Loss lifestyle fits my lifestyle. You can eat. I say all that to say you can have real food and you still lose weight. I lost 15 pounds on LA Weight Loss 2 springs ago. This spring I'll be celebrating 2 years. I've kept the weight off. It took me about 10 weeks to lose it, but I lost it while eating. Not starving myself, not doing any of the crazy nutty diets that I've done in the past. Oh, I can name some of them. How about the gum and Diet Coke diet? That's where you chew gum and you drink Diet Coke all day. You lose weight, but you feel very lightheaded and so on and so forth. How about the Suddenly diet? Oh, that's where you eat what you want, but you suddenly throw away the majority of the portion. So you have a big old plate of food and you eat it, and while there's still food in your mouth, you pour sugar or salt all over it and tell the waiter, take it away before you pick more. Too much. How about the other version of the suddenly diet, which is you eat what you want, you chew it to get the satisfaction in your mouth, and then you spit it out. You suddenly spit it out. So you don't get the calories, but you get all the taste. I mean, come on. You name the cigarettes and Diet Coke? I've been on that diet also. What other diets are there out there? Pills. Oh my gosh, the pills. They speed up your heart. A mess. Finally, I got sane and I got with LA Weight Loss and I lost the weight that I wanted to lose. Sure, I didn't lose 15 pounds in, 15 minutes like the other crazy diets. But that same 15 pounds, I've kept off for almost 2 years. I know you might be thinking about losing weight, and you've probably been on more insane diets than I've just named. You want to do something for yourself? Lose weight the healthy way with LA Weight Loss. 1-800-448-TRIM. Find out all about it. Find out all about the one-on-one weight loss counselors, the delicious foods you can eat. Yes, and all the locations, over 600 locations. I know there's one near you. 1-800-448-TRIM. It's LA Weight Loss. 1-800-448-TRIM. And this hour of the show is brought to you by Nissan Parts and Service. Let's go to Kim on line number 7. She's over in Brooklyn. She wants to talk about Sanaa Lathan. A lot of you all, by the way, agreed with producer Taryn in saying that she looked pregnant on 106 in Park. What the hell? She could have had her period. Hi, Kim. Kim.
We lost her.
We lost her? Okay. Tasha's on line number 3, wants to talk about Dave Chappelle on Oprah. Hi, Tasha.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
He looked good. He looked the same. He looked like he was high, though.
What?
Yeah, he just looked like kind of like the eye, the glazy eye look.
Yeah.
Well, he was just saying that, he was tired of feeding into the image that everyone was, all the skits about the ignorance and the Negroidianness and all that. He didn't want that to be his image set in stone. He walked away from the 85 million because he didn't want to forever be this ignoramus.
Okay.
So.
Okay. I mean, I can appreciate that. Now,
Definitely.
Did he walked away from the money? He didn't keep a portion or anything like that, according to him?
According to him, he walked away from it because he didn't want to continue on with that whole image, which some of these rappers need to realize this is what they're doing.
You know what? Then he's to be applauded.
Yep, he sure should. Some of these rappers should be doing that.
Hell yeah. So now what's he doing for himself?
I think he's working on doing something and making he's still going to do the show, but I don't think that he's going to do it with Comedy Central anymore. I forget what happened at the end, but I was just applauding him on what he said about that. And then Oprah chimed in and said she felt the same way when she did that one show with all the skinheads. And she said she looked out into the audience and there was this one white guy and he looked at her this certain kind of way that made her feel like, you know what? I'm promoting this.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow, Tasha. Thank you so much for calling.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Aridia is on line number 1 and wants to talk about pre-tanning tips for Puerto Rico. Hey, Aridia.
Hey, Wendy. I'm really light-skinned, so I need to do like a little pre-tanning. And I found this great product from L'Oreal.
Oh, yeah?
It's called Sublime Bronze or something like that. Anyway, it comes in a little bottle. It's like an orangey yellow bottle, but it's really, really good. So for anybody who needs to pre-tan before they hit the beaches of Puerto Rico, this is definitely the product.
Because I know at one point I was going to tanning beds.
Yeah, I was doing that too.
And I ended up getting a burn from a tanning bed. So
really?
which is how I ended up getting a tattoo on my stomach to cover where the burn burned me.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I know, but you know what? I blame it on me. I shouldn't have been, I should have gotten up when I felt the heat surging to the one area, but I am such a cheap broad that I'm like, oh, hell no. You're not going to run me out of here.
Minutes, right? You want every second.
Exactly. You understand.
Definitely. It's like, I don't care if my skin is burning. I'm going to stay here.
I'm going to stay here. I'm going to get my tan. Damn right. Because I bought a whole package. You're damn right.
There you go.
But, I was a silly, stupid woman for that one, and I got a burn on my stomach, and now I have a dirty, stinking tattoo over it. But here's the thing. I love the bottled tans.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah, the only thing is you definitely have to wait for it to dry.
Yeah.
You don't want it on your clothes.
You don't want
it won't come off.
How much is the L'Oreal product?
It's like $8, $9.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, and it lasts for like maybe a week.
Oh.
Yeah, you can use it like every day for like a week.
It's pretty damn good.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
All right, Wendy, I will see you on the beaches of Puerto Rico.
Yes, you will.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And Junebug's on line number 2 wants to talk about the Super Bowl. He's in New Brunswick. Hey, Junebug.
Hey, Wendy, what's going on, girl?
So, how was your Super Bowl Sunday?
It was all right. I was at work. But listen, this is what I called about. I spooked Star Jones' hand, too. Did you see this? Miss C did not have that ring on.
Yes, we were just talking about it.
Al did something.
Yeah. Something went down.
Yes, I called you about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, when RuPaul was on it. You was very nasty to me. I thought that was very ugly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You acted about some damn RuPaul. I don't care about no damn RuPaul.
But let's get back to Star for a moment, because my feeling is that, not wearing your ring is like a symbol. Like you don't play with something like that just for a little stupid fight. The impression that Star gave me.
But she had some other ring on her other hand, though.
No, that was her wedding set, and she was wearing that on her right hand, which is even more obvious than not having her ring on at all. Is that she went through the effort of putting it on her right hand.
Yeah, maybe she forgot.
No, you don't forget something like that, Junebug. You definitely remember what finger your ring was made for.
Yeah, well, I guess Al must have did something, must have one of them clubs or something that he wasn't supposed to.
Well,
He better not breach that contract, because if he breached that contract, then he ain't going to have no coins. He's going to be like Mr. Terry McMillan's husband.
Exactly. Thanks for calling, Junebug. Bye-bye. Bye. Kim is back on line number 7. She wants to talk about Sanaa Lathan. 7? Yeah. All right, number 5, then Antoinette. 6. Line number 6? Okay, we'll take it. This is a blind one. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, it's Wendy.
I did not. I told her I didn't want to get on the air, but I...
Oh. Well, do you want me to put you back on hold?
Well, no, you can answer the question.
Okay.
I cannot believe I am on the air. Okay. I want to go on this trip.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think it's right. I mean, this trip is very costly and adventurous and big. And I won these tickets. Not that I am, diminishing the value of the Morris Day concert, but I didn't even go because I wasn't feeling well.
Oh well.
And, I mean, you mean to tell me because I won those tickets, I cannot go on this trip, which is 5 times the value of those tickets.
Yeah, that's what it means. Because I think in the WBLS contest laws, which is usually like that in most radio stations, you can only have one winner per household every 30 days. Now, you can go on our website and read all the rules of our contest, but yeah, that's the way it is. And if you wanted to leave yourself open to win the trip, unfortunately, you shouldn't have called up to win Morris Day.
God.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And I was so excited.
And listen, if it's too costly for you to go on the trip, no harm, no foul. I mean, everything isn't for everybody. The trip actually ends up being a better value than I've been talking about on the radio. If you go on the WBLS website, I was saying like this trip was like $2,000 a person. It's like $1,700 for 2 people. Which is, stupid me. I'm driving people away. And actually, but if that's still too much for you, oh well. Everything is not for everybody. We're going 5-star.
I know.
But thank you for listening. And I'm sorry to hear that you missed the Morris Day show. And have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, Joelle, we're going to continue with the break, and we'll be back with more of the Wendy Williams Experience right here on 107.5 WBLS.
Broadcasting live, it's the queen of radio, Wendy Williams.
You know what? Shout out to world-famous Harlem restaurant Copeland's on 145th Street. Between Amsterdam and Broadway. Thank you so much, Copeland's, for catering the Pink Room today. Appreciate that. I won't be walking in the Pink Room today, as I don't want to be tempted. I ate more cheese and crap yesterday at that Super Bowl party. I want to, cut my stomach open just to get rid of everything. It just, yeesh. So, I want to give it to you official. So I'll just say this just in. Police are seeking to question G-Unit rapper Tony Yayo in connection with the shooting on Busta Rhymes' video set that left one man dead with a gunshot wound to the back. While he is not an official suspect, police are seeking to question Yayo about a heated argument that took place on the set of the video, which was being filmed on a location in Greenpoint section of Brooklyn, New York. Israel Ramirez, 29, was gunned down shortly after midnight on Sunday, February 5th, about a half hour after a group of men were ordered to leave the building after an argument on the set. Israel Ramirez was rushed to Woodhull Hospital, where he was pronounced dead at 1:10 a.m. Ramirez was in charge of guarding Busta's jewelry, which was also being used in the video. Police are investigating what rappers' entourages were present and if any of the men were connected to the shooting. Rhymes was shooting a video for his latest single, Touch It, the remix. The video's cameo appearances include members of G Unit and Lloyd Banks, DMX, Mary J. Blige, Missy Elliott, and other high-profile celebrities. Yayo and Rhymes are label mates on Interscope's home to Dr. Dre's Aftermath Entertainment and 50 Cent's G Unit Records imprint. Rhymes, Ramirez, and others were in front of the studio when the shots were fired. Wow. Sending people running for their lives. The make of the gun used in the shooting has not been confirmed. Reports have cited shots coming from an AK-47, while others have identified the weapon as a 9mm or a .45. 8 spent shells were also recovered. Police are scanning video footage to see if the murderer has been captured on tape, but have yet to find a suspect or a motive for the shooting. According to the New York Post, police are having a difficult time contacting Busta Rhymes and at least 50 other people that were believed to have been at the scene of the shooting. Wow. That'll go unsolved, like the murder of Biggie and Tupac and Jam Master Jay and whatnot, you know. That'll be another unsolved one for the books of hip-hop. Speaking of Tupac, Tupac's about to be waxed up at Madame Tussauds. Yeah, the museum in Vegas is going to do him. And they're going to unfold it on April 5th. The wax figure of Tupac has him wearing a bandana and showing his tattoos. And he's going to be standing near James Brown, Mick Jagger, Elton John, and Prince. Wow. That's hot. Wow. That's real hot. Nicolette Sheridan's ex-fiance is now selling stories that she's terrible in bed. Which, like, you know, she might have been, who knows, but grow up. You know what I'm saying? This is a 40-year-old man. Grow the hell up. And basically, he drums it up that she's a cold fish. She's cold, and he says two verys. She's very, very boring. Ow. Adding that they had only had sex 6 times during their 8 months together. 8 months. Mm-hmm. He says, other men may envy me sharing my life with someone who looks as sexy as Nicolette, but if they only knew. Nicolette wasn't very keen on sex. Her performance was not well. As a lover, I'd rate her a 2 out of 10. Wow. He said that she'd shower more affection on her golden retriever, Oliver, than him. Well, you know what? Michael Bolton doesn't seem to be complaining, and he's been there before. And still took her back. Maybe you bored her. Or maybe you're just lying for attention. What a jerk. So toxicology reports aren't back yet on Chris Penn, but it's looking more and more like that might have been some drugs. I didn't want to believe that. Part of me wanted to believe it only because we're age appropriate. So it's easier to brush off somebody who passes in your age group with something like drugs or something, or rather than a sudden stroke or heart attack, just another thing to have to say, damn, we're dying of natural causes now. In the age group or whatever. It's like if you're 27 and you find out, somebody in your age group has breast cancer. Isn't that a lot more startling than that person dying of a drug overdose? Because now it's just a reminder that, you know what? Breast cancer isn't just for, a particular age group. But they're waiting for the toxicology report to come back. There's a very, very revealing picture of him in the New Globe magazine smoking crack in an alley. And it is clearly Chris Penn. And here he is taking the stem. Here's the stem up to his mouth, and it looks like the picture was taken in between slats, like somebody was looking at him through maybe, a vented slot in a bathroom. Look, I'm going to pass it around the room. Look at Chris Penn smoke crack. And that's a stem. That's a stem. It's one of them glass stems. Yep, see? Yep. And they said that, his drug thing was real heavy. And, it is what it is. Toxicology report when it comes back. And you might say, well, Sean Penn will probably pay to have it buried, but the Kennedys never were able to pay to get, their mess squelched. So if you look at it in that light, then no, it won't be squelched. It'll eventually get out what he passed of. It's very, very, very sad, though. Very sad. He weighed 310 pounds. Yeah. 310 pounds. If he took something to the head, that probably heart just. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. All right, you guys. So, Advice Hour is coming up next hour. And while I'm not an expert, I am a woman with an opinion. And if I can't help you, I'll just let you know. But if you've got something going on in your life and perhaps you want an opinion of somebody other than your friends, your parents, your coworkers.
George Bush doesn't care
about
black people. And George Bush doesn't care about
Wendy Williams. The Wendy Williams Experience.
Wow.
Everybody needs something.
Should I leave? Is that selfish to my son?
Come get some.
Let me tell you, Wendy, it's really a trouble with a dude.
Advice Hour.
I'm having a problem with my fiance and his family.
I was in a relationship with this girl for 18 months. She told me the relationship meant nothing.
Always drama.
Call Wendy right now. 1-866-GET-WENDY. Fax Wendy at 866-WENDY-FAX.
Wendy, can you give me advice on plastic surgery?
Mm-hmm. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Advice Hour here on the Wendy Williams Experience. I'd like to start out with the medical minute. So shout out to everybody who smokes, but particularly shout out to the black people who smoke, because a study was done and the researchers found that black people who smoke up to a pack a day are more likely than white people who smoke up to a pack a day to develop lung cancer. This is the largest study ever done on the subject, and it also found that Hispanic and Asian smokers were less likely than black smokers to develop lung cancer. You need to also know that there are some people, some of the study people are saying that, there are differences in terms of genetic composition, but others who participated in this study, the researchers, contend that smoking habits may play a role. For example, research shows that blacks tend to puff more deeply than whites. Isn't that deep? Isn't that deep? Blacks puff more deeply than whites, which may expose black people to more carcinogens in the cigarette. Smoking rates are also slightly higher among blacks, but whites tend to smoke more cigarettes per day. The study involved more than 180,000 people. More than half the people in this particular study were minority. Whites who smoke up to a pack a day had a 43 to 55% lower risk of lung cancer than blacks who smoke the same amount. That's just to break down what I opened up by talking about. Also, the American Lung Association says that black men are 50% more likely to develop lung cancer and 36% more likely to die of it than white men. So just a little food for thought from the American Lung Association. And some results in the largest study they've ever done. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Wendy's Medical Minute. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go to line number 2. Sonia's on the phone. She's 25 years old and she's got relationship issues. Hi, Sonia.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you, Wendy.
Good.
I couldn't make it to your model search on 42nd Street at the Laugh Factory. It was nice, though.
Yeah, I heard that they were able to get some really,
Really?
Nice,
you weren't there.
Nice girls. No, I wasn't. But this is Advice Hour, Sonia.
Oh, okay.
So what's going on?
Oh, no, I was in a relationship with someone for 4 years, and we had broken up 3 years into the relationship, and we just got back together kind of slowly. And I'm wondering, should I give it another shot? Or we're really cool friends, though. We're really cool, and we have a really nice relationship. But I was asking, should I give it a shot or just give up?
How long have you been friends?
Altogether, almost 4 years.
And how long was your intimate relationship?
For 3.
3 years?
Yeah.
But you've managed to work it out to where you're great friends now?
Yeah.
Boy. I mean, can you all survive another breakup and still be friends?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did you guys break up to begin with?
We got the job.
Huh?
We got going away. We was going away stuff.
No, I don't understand what you mean, Sonia.
I'm sorry. We just moved. We moved away from you. From the other.
So in other words, distance.
Sorry, what happened is that I'm at work, so
yeah,
I'm trying to keep it low.
I understand what you're saying. Well, we
just kind of broke up because we moved away from each other, but we stayed friends.
Right. So it had nothing to do with you guys breaking up because of somebody violated the relationship.
No, nothing like that.
Well, great.
He started dating other people, and I started dating other people, and we both were cool with the whole incident, with the whole thing, and we still stayed friends.
Have you moved back in proximity to each other?
Yeah, we're back with each other.
Well, then let's get this relationship going all over again.
Really?
Sure.
Oh, thanks. I was feeling that way myself too, but my girlfriends and stuff, they were like, no,
because you didn't break up over anything wild. You broke up because, and I think that was a very mature thing to do, to just leave the relationship alone because you're moving away. One of you was moving away, and you weren't going to be near each other in terms of miles anymore. But now that you're back within proximity, sure.
Yeah, we're back. We're back being cool, and everything is fine. And we're moving kind of slow now, and I'm in school and everything, and I'm trying to get my career started. So that's really what he's actually motivating me to do that now. So we're really cool friends, and I was just thinking about the romantic part. Should I go back that way with him?
I mean, well, it takes two people for that, so you might want to have a discussion about that.
Yeah, he's fine with it.
All right. Well, then go ahead.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, because he's not some foul person. He's a person who moved away, and you're not a foul woman. You guys had a mutual agreement. Thank you for calling, Sonia.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. Lauren is on line number 3, but Lauren, this is Advice Hour, so we're not going to take your phone call. And that was explained to me by somebody on the fax machine. She was going to tell me why Star Jones wasn't wearing her ring. Apparently, at some point on The View, Star explained that she has an allergic reaction on her ring finger on her left hand. But I guess it's not the same allergic reaction, even though it's the same body, on her right hand. So when the allergic reaction flares up, she must take it off and put it on her right hand.
Costume jewelry does that to you.
Well, I mean, Star, with all due respect to what you're talking about, you better stop playing with us. You know what I'm saying? When Miss Al jumps up and switches across the room and tells you, he's not having it, Or get a ring that's not made of the same allergic, material. Or get a ring that's made fabulously on the outside but coated with rubber or something that you're not allergic to on the inside. I mean, you're a rich woman, for goodness sakes. Everybody knows how much you wanted to get married to that that man.
How you doing?
Anyway, let's go to line number 4 because Sandy's on the phone. And she's 20. Hi, Sandy.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Hi.
Good. What's going on, Sandy? It's Wendy.
Oh, hey, Wendy. What's up?
Hi.
Okay, I have a question. Okay, I've been with my boyfriend for 6 months. Everything was good in the beginning. He changed up on me in the beginning. Everything was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And the beginning of February, he just changed up on me.
Okay.
And 2 weeks ago, he said that we should take some time off.
From the relationship.
He was he was like, we need some time off. I need to think about what I'm doing, all that crap.
Okay.
So hold on, let me put on my radio.
Okay.
I don't like to hear myself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, and then I haven't called him ever since he said we needed to be on a break.
Okay.
I was like, all right, you know what? Forget you.
Okay.
So that was like 2 weeks ago. So then Saturday he calls me. He was drinking and everything. You know how that is. And he started telling me how much he misses me. He loves me. He even started crying. Okay, and this was Saturday. And it's already like Monday afternoon, and I haven't heard from him ever since.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't even know what to do. Like, should I just like keep waiting for him? Should I just be like, you know, forget you? Because I'm 20 and he's 29.
Leave him alone.
Leave him alone.
Well, here's the thing. Even if you said he was 20, you know, those drinking conversations, you can never take that seriously unless somebody is following through with that same mi amor affection afterwards or prior. You can't. I mean, they say that a drunk head says what the heart feels or whatever. But the fact that he's not able to carry through with it, leave him alone. And this relationship is only 6 months old. I mean, thank goodness you don't have any children by him or anything crazy like that.
Oh no.
You know, I would leave him alone.
Okay.
He needs to take time off. Give him all the time he needs.
Exactly.
Free him. Free him.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Wendy, and I listen to you religiously.
Take care. Thanks, Sandy.
Okay, bye.
Line number 6. Nikki's having difficulties at work. Hey, Nikki, it's Wendy.
Hi, Wendy. How are you?
How are you? What's going on there at work?
Okay, the problem is this. When it first started, about maybe a month ago, right? The gentleman here, he's one of the attorneys. There's like 30 people here. He had a little smart racial remark towards me about a trip that I was going to take to Jamaica. I didn't take it personal. I just brushed it off and let it go because it's the workplace. Then I got a little bit more personal when he asked me to make some copies, and I just started college, so I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm doing really good. And I told him, you know, I can't do the copies for you right now because I have to go to school. Oh, this school bleep, and I don't want to hear about it. He went off on me. Told the director. We go back and tell another thing. I come back to work from vacation last Monday. He cut my earphones up.
Oh, okay. So you're dealing with a psycho,
basically.
Hey, let me ask you something. Is this one of the attorneys there?
Yes, he is an attorney. And that's what, like, I'm between a rock and a hard place. It's like I know seniority is going to play the factor here.
Yeah.
You know, I'm at the totem pole. And it's not going to even look right to go to him. But I know that he did it.
Right.
So I have refused to have any work ethics with him, anything to do with him. I don't want to deal with that because it's like he's sexist, he's racist, and a whole other bunch of things in between.
Yeah.
And I can't prove it. So, what do I do?
Get another job. I mean, you can take it to the highest, and complain. You can go into his office and confront him, but you're a part-time student and you're a part-time worker, right?
No, full on both.
Okay, you're a full-time student and a full-time worker. What are you studying in school?
I'm actually studying litigation law.
Oh, gosh. Oh, boy. All right, so this is one of these jobs that you need to prove that you had this experience when you go on to your next job.
Exactly.
How long have you been working there?
Now 2 years.
Oh my gosh! Wow, and this is a large portion of your life.
Exactly, and it would be easy to cut off if it was through a temp agency or, as you said, I started just recently, but I depend on this to pay my bills, to pay for school, to help me out.
All right, so why don't you set up an appointment to sit down and speak with him?
I should do that, right? With the executive.
And the way you should conduct yourself at first and try to hold your head is as if he's your supervisor and you are his employee. Don't go in there with a bunch of bass in your voice, swirling your neck, talking about mother, father this and mother, father that. Okay? Okay. Because at the very least, you need these references. Oops, my headphones popped out. I mean, the other end of it is you can start looking for another job, and perhaps he's not part of the evaluation that you're.
Yeah, he actually isn't. That's the one good thing that I have. The only advantage, actually, is that he would not be a part of the process.
Okay, and if you went over his head and started complaining, then this will be part of your file. And
I'm actually about to leave New York. I want to relocate to Atlanta.
Oh, well, why don't you say that to begin with?
I do. The thing is, it's going to be in another maybe 4 to 5 months. So until that time comes about,
then you need to keep it as smooth as possible and keep it as business as possible. But I think that you're making a big mistake by cutting off any work that you do for him. What you probably need to do is make copies of all the work that you do for him, so that if there's any question regarding, your efficiency as an employee there, that you can have your own file. Plus, you might want to bring this up to somebody in in human resources.
Yeah, and I brought that up to her twice, and guess what happened?
What?
Nothing. I was told that this is the way it is in law firms. And
Okay, well, what you need to do is bring it up to her again. Do you have anything in documentation form where she's saying anything remotely like what you just said?
yeah, not from her specifically, but every time that I speak to someone, I write down everything that I said and everything that they said.
Very good.
And I keep a journal of it.
Very
I get
good.
that from you.
Very good. Very good. Then you keep that going and just suck it up for the next 5 months, and
just try to be the bigger person.
Yes, you have to be. You know why? Because you're the smaller person.
That's right.
Yeah.
Totem pole.
Yeah.
The life.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I have one other question for you. Don't mean to take up too much time.
Well, you are, because we only have.
sorry.
Wait, hold on a second. How much time did you say? 30 seconds?
Just 10 seconds.
Oh, you got 10 seconds.
Okay, they charged me for a FedEx that I sent back. Should I charge them for them cutting my earphones up in their property? Or just let it go?
Let it go.
You got it.
Damn. All right. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Here on The Experience.
Wendy, man.
Some people you can relate to on other things and what you and your mate don't relate to. You need that emotional jump off sometimes.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Yeah. Gwen, you're good. You know how to design them. All right, good. So that's a wrap. We're doing gift bags when you guys get to Puerto Rico. And I was just speaking with some people from our promotions marketing team here at WBLS. They asked me about, what I wanted on the T-shirt. I said, well, put how you doing somewhere. And then the Wendy Williams Experience, takes on Puerto Rico or, something like that.
Hey.
How you doing? This hour, the Wendy Williams Experience is being brought to you by Nissan Parts and Service. And I want to talk to you about Dr. Stuart Mogul, the best foot doctor in all the land. I say that because he's my guy. I know firsthand. I got both bunions done at the same time on a Thursday. Yes, I was wearing crutches, and yes, I was walking on my heels, but I was back to work on Monday. 2 years later, I insist this is the best thing that I have ever done, getting my bunions taken care of, and not one at a time, but two at a time. I had 6 consultations. Dr. Stuart Mogul was one of the 6. I decided to go with him because I liked his enthusiasm and his assuredness that, I can get both done at one time. Now, I'm a busy woman. I don't have time to lay down twice for a bunionectomy. I mean, I would have. Everybody else was telling me, okay, well, you get one done, then come back in 4 weeks and get the other one done. It's just like, oh, my gosh, please. Dr. Mogul also, I guess it's no coincidence, he had, one of the better offices of everybody. I don't know foot surgery. I'm a layperson, but I do know a well-appointed address in Manhattan. And I do know the difference between stepping over bums to get into a building and, going to the door and having it opened by a doorman. I do know what that rent costs, and I understand that. So Dr. Stuart Mogul is the way I went, and it turns out after I chose him, and it wasn't until after I chose him did I find out that this is the same Dr. Stuart Mogul who's been on The View, CBS Morning. Oh, by the way, shout out to Dr. Janine Downey, my dermatologist. Girl, I saw you on The View on Friday. Talking about black skin and hair removal and moles and junk. I felt so proud. I was like, wow, that's my dermatologist. She's on my medical team. I love to see, like when people from my team do well. Let me get back to my podiatrist, Dr. Mogul, though. So it was only after I chose him that I found out that he's been on The View and CBS Morning, The Morning Show, Extra, Fox News, written up in New York Times, Vogue, New York Magazine, Good Housekeeping. This man comes with great credentials. He's been in practice for 22 years. He's board certified. He's the attending surgeon at several well-known places around town, including Lenox Hill Hospital and Manhattan Ear, Eye, and Throat Hospital. That's right. He specializes in feet, and that's all he does. Don't go to him for a facelift. It's not happening. Don't go to him for liposuction. It's not happening. See, what you don't know about plastic surgery, is that there are a lot of doctors who practice plastic surgery who were originally proficient in other things. If I can bring you back to Dr. Janine Downey for a moment. Her proficiency is dermatology, but earlier in her career, before she started her practice, she'd done liposuction. And when she decided to, open up her practice, she said, no, that's not my thing. I mean, yeah, I can do it. That's not my thing. That's not what I do. I'm a dermatologist and I do that well. You don't want to go to a foot doctor who's also going to suck that teaspoon of fat from your chin. A mess, honey. A mess. Go to Dr. Mogul. He does one thing and he does it well. Feet. For 22 years. 212. For your feet, go. 212-769-0066. His website is footnewyork.com. 212-769-0066. That's my doctor, Dr. Stuart Mogul. And when you call there, it's safe to say Wendy sent you. The reason why I say it's safe to say is because, you say that at some places you get, furniture thrown at you as you scurry out of there. Hey, WBLS is having Casino. It's a comedy stage play featuring Gerald Levert and Kelly Price and D.C. Kerry and more people. This is one of them Beacon Theater joints. You know how they gets down. The Beacon Theater. Casino will be in town February 21st and February 26th. If you would like tickets, you can listen to win because WBLS night is actually February 22nd. Oh, it'll be in town through the 26th. So the 21st through the 26th. And BLS night is February 22nd, so we're giving away passes so you can listen to win that way. In the meantime, it's still Advice Hour, and Tori's on the phone from Long Island, 27, line 4, wants to talk about a relationship. Okay. All right, well, how about Dora on line number 6? Oh, Dora.
Yes?
Your father ripped you off?
Yes.
What happened?
Well, we kind of bought a house together, and then he just suddenly switched the name of the house into his sister's name, and I was supposed to get a check for the closing of the house, and he forged my name and took my money, and it was like $25,000 that I was to put towards tuition.
Okay. Wow. Hey, let me ask you something. Mm-hmm. This foul behavior from your father, I see you're 22 years old.
You're right. In
22 years, this is the first time some form of foulness on this level has ever popped up?
That I've seen, yeah, from him, yeah. But then all of a sudden now, like, he's divorced my mom, so he's kind of like all shady.
Have you told your mother about this?
She knows about it, so she's kind of pissed off too.
Yeah. So what's your question to me?
The thing is, I want to know if I should sue my father.
Absolutely. Sue him and get him thrown in jail. Sue him and get him thrown in jail all at the same time. The gloves are officially off, Pops. You have messed with the wrong one.
All right, sounds good.
That's right. All right, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Line number 3 is Ronnie. Hi, Ronnie.
Hi.
So I see you want to talk about a relationship.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, Juan, how do you do it?
Obviously. Okay.
Okay, I've been talking to this guy for about 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I met him way back long ago. I was like 19. I'm still in college. I'm still in college now, but I'm 22 in New York. And he and I started talking. One thing led to another. For some reason, I stopped talking to him about 6 months after we met.
Okay.
I find out maybe 2 years afterwards that he got with someone else after I stopped talking to him, and they've been together ever since.
Okay.
We recently broke up 4 months ago, and he and I have been talking more and more on a more regular basis now. And about a month ago, we started seeing each other regularly. And he told me about 2 or 3 weeks ago that he is still talking to this guy. Not so much in the way that, they're trying to get back together, but he doesn't really know what they want to do. And he's going to couples counseling with this guy because he said that...
God, at 22, I never remember anything being this damn complicated. How old is this other dude, by the way?
He's almost 26.
Okay. Still. Wow. Go ahead. Give me your final question, because I got your answer. You ready for the answer? Leave him the hell alone. What are you doing?
I'm in school.
No, No. I mean, I'm talking about in terms of this relationship. Why? And that's rhetorical. What are you doing? Leave him alone. Okay? He is trouble. He is not good for you. He's going to couple counseling with the next man. He's only 26 years old in couples damn counseling, as if they're married with a couple of kids together.
Right.
And you are basically his sexual play toy and a bit naive. Leave him alone. And don't even be his friend. Leave him alone. I mean, altogether alone. No sex, no phone calls, no friends. That's it. Why do people always feel like they have to hang on to friendships and you know, why do people always feel like, you know, it's like there's nobody in the world left to be friends with, nobody in the world to hug or love or whatever. And especially it scares me when people feel that way and they're only, how old is Ronnie? 22 years old. I never remember feeling that way at 22.
You're right.
Ronnie,
yeah.
Focus on school. You know, the right guy is out there for you, and it's definitely not this guy. Stop being so desperate, okay?
Okay.
All right, Ronnie, take care.
Thanks, Wendy. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right.
How you doing?
Dear Wendy, I'm 32 years old, and I've been dating this guy faithfully for 13 years. Damn. Recently, his paternal family found him, and they have wealth, something that we are trying to achieve. The thing is, they feel that we should have a certain status, and they blame me for us living in the ghetto. I'm happy, and I have no children, and I do have a career. I recently went back to obtain a degree, but they feel as if I should have done this years ago. I feel it is none of their business. My man says I have no respect for authority. Please tell me what to do. Signed, Antoinette. Antoinette, it sounds like your man is already caught up in the matrix of his newfound family and perhaps the money that they have. And granted, you know, you're 32. You're just going back to get your degree. I applaud you for just going back. But I bet you one of the reasons for you never getting it back then was that you were, you've been with this man for 13 years and you're only 32 right now. I bet you getting your degree earlier is not the only part of growth that he's stunted pertaining to your life. As to what you should do, P.S. Wendy, if this is not enough information, I'll fax you more. It sounds like you've been with him for a nice lengthy period of time. Is your goal to marry him and have children with him? Because since that hasn't happened yet, but you have your career and you know, you got your degree and everything, I think maybe you need to really observe how this dude acts. Because I know you say that you've known him for 13 years, but you've never known him for 13 years with dough and with a family of his own. You know, so I'm not saying break up with him. I'm just saying his entire demeanor requires further observation. And if in a matter of months you don't like where this is going, then perhaps it's time for you to break up with him. I mean, you're 32. You've been with the same guy faithfully for 13 years. It's time, it might be time, oh gosh, if you don't like the way he's acting, for you to break up with him and not land in the arms of another man, but perhaps get to know and develop who you are, Antoinette, because a lot of your youth was spent being lost in love for this guy. Do you understand what I mean? I hope that makes sense to you, Antoinette. All right, I thank you for listening. Shout out to LaToya, shout out to Love, and shout out to Shanice. You guys, if you can hang on for one moment, I'll take you off hold and we'll talk on the radio, okay? It's the Wendy Williams Experience, and it's Advice Hour. Oh, and also, later on today, I have somebody by the name of L.J. Williams coming in to talk about Brooklyn Lives. Tomorrow, everyone, is Black AIDS Day across the country. And coming up today on the show, I have somebody from the National Black Leadership Commission on AIDS, and I also have somebody coming in living with AIDS, and you know, so make sure that you keep it here. All right, we'll continue on. It's Wendy, and I'm here until 7 on WBLS.
Wendy Williams!
Microphone check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Wendy Williams Experience.
All right, everybody, and it's time for the People Poll question. Last week I asked you, do you think that Terrence Howard should win an Oscar for his portrayal as the pimp in Hustle and Flow? 31% of you said yes. 69% of you said no. Today's People Poll question: do you think Dave Chappelle should return to Comedy Central for another season of Chappelle's Show? Yes or no? And you can go to my website and answer simply yes or no. The Wendy Williams Experience.com. Also, this month's book read for the Wendy Williams Experience Book Club for the month of February is by Roy Simmons. It's called Out of Bounds, and it is the story of his life through the NFL, coming out that he's homosexual, living with HIV, his addiction to drugs, and all that. He was on this show about 3 weeks ago, and so I thought it would be great if we could all, or whoever wants to read this book reads the book, and then he'll be in again later on this month. So then, after reading the book, you'll be able to ask him questions. All right, get Roy Simmons. It's called Out of Bounds. Now, Nicole is on line number 7. Is she still there?
Nope.
Okay, so then let's go to Love on line number 3.
I don't think so.
Latoya on line number 2. Okay. Hey, Latoya.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Thank you for waiting.
No problem.
So what's going on?
I just basically need your advice. I've been in a relationship with a man who's been incarcerated for about 12 years.
Okay. So, and you're 32 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And we were together about maybe a month before he actually went in. And it's like now people are like, are you sure this is the man for you? Since he's been incarcerated, we've been breaking up and getting back together. I recently got divorced from my husband because I had got married on him while he was in prison.
Okay.
And we think about getting married.
Wait, let me ask you this. So your husband discovered you were conducting a prison affair.
Yeah.
And left you?
No, I divorced him.
Okay. Did you have any children with your husband, or do you?
Yeah.
Okay. How many children do you have?
2.
Okay. So now you and your jailed boyfriend are discussing getting married.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead.
And he's basically scheduled to be released in 2007, and I'm just scared, very scared. I don't know what to do. So give me your advice.
Are you considering marrying him?
Yes, I love him wholeheartedly. I really do. And my ex-husband, I mean, he's still here, by my side as far as, like, helping me with things. And he knows about, my relationship with my fiance in prison. But it's like he basically, like, holding on, like, hopefully, we could get back together.
Is your ex-husband, is he a good man?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And you wouldn't even let go of a fantasy relationship with a jailbird to be with a real live thing and father of your kids? Or is he just like a no good bum, drug dealing drunk, your ex-husband?
No, I mean, I can't even put him down. I really can't put him down. He is a good man.
But you just love this fantasy relationship in jail more? Because that's what it is.
Why you say it's a fantasy?
You only knew him for 1 month before he went in. You were 32 years old. You got with him when you were 20. It is time for you to let go and get a life of your own, Latoya. Stop living in a fantasy. I mean, this is, I sat back and I listened to you tell your story. I mean, you are absolutely wasting your life. You're wasting your life. And when he comes out of jail, first of all, you don't even know this man in jail past what he wants you to know. And when somebody's in prison, they're going to tell you what they need to tell you. And obviously, he's already sensed the pathetic streak. And don't get me wrong, we all have a pathetic streak. Mm-hmm. Yours is just deeper, wider, and more pronounced than other men and women. You need to get your life together and leave this man alone in jail. Because when he comes out, he's going to come looking for you, and he's going to want you to have his kids, and he's going to he's been in jail for 12 years. What the hell kind of job do you think he's going to be able to get? Okay, so then there you are, undereducated, having to support the whole entire situation. I just assumed that regarding your education. Am I wrong?
No, boo-boo. I'm actually in school and I work.
Okay, great. Great. That's terrific. Leave him alone, Latoya. All right, boo-boo?
Okay.
I know you're not going to, but, I mean, you asked. Yeah. You know, those long-distance relationships, which in a lot of ways, prison relationships are like long-distance relationships. It's all fantasy. You know, if you're having a relationship with a guy in Texas and you're, say, in Brooklyn, whenever you all see each other, it's all hearts and violets and the sex is great and everything like that. That's as fantasy as it is having a relationship with somebody in prison. The real brass tacks of a relationship don't get down to the brass tacks until the fantasy part is out of the way.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. I feel you.
How old are your kids?
8 and 5.
Okay, it is time that they don't see that their mother is crazy. Please don't introduce that situation, please, LaToya. LaToya, I'm not saying get back with your ex-husband, but perhaps what you need to do is just spend more time getting to know LaToya. You need to be the strongest woman you can possibly be because your kids are watching, number 2. And number 3, when dude gets out of jail, he's not going to make your life easy. He's going to be rolling up to your house, rolling up to your job. He's going to be badgering you, LaToya. You've got to have all of your strength and resolve. And the answer to that strength and resolve is not by getting back with your ex-husband, not having anybody protect you. LaToya, it's time to stand up on your own 2 feet and face the world. All right.
Well, thank you.
I wish you well. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Boo-boo. All right. So Shanice is on line number 1, but first I want to shout out to Long Distance Lesbian Love in Long Island. Leave that alone. Leave that alone. And you said it in your email that, you know, perhaps you're not busy enough, so that gives you a chance to think about it. It's time to get more busy. It's time to think about your son, and it's time to leave that relationship alone. I mean, she's very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. And perhaps bitter. You know, because of her music career. Leave her alone, okay? All right. Is Shanice there on line number 1?
No, she's not.
All right. Is there anybody on hold over there?
No.
Okay, terrific.
Everybody's new.
Everybody's new. Is there anything new in blinking?
Yeah.
All right, we'll pull somebody up. We have a minute or 2. Hello, hi, it's Wendy.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Now, your stuff hasn't appeared in my computer, but what's going on? Hello?
Hello, Wendy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you? Oh my God, I'm on the radio.
Yes, you are. Yes. Okay. Well, thank you for calling.
Hello?
Okay. Yes.
Wendy, my question to you is...
Okay.
I don't want to give my name.
Okay.
I don't want to give where I'm calling from.
Okay. Well, we spent more time getting the connection, and now we're about to be cut off. Hold on. I'll talk behind the scenes.
Wendy, man. My oldest brother, he told me he had a very good surprise. The surprise was that he turned himself into a woman.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
It's the Steve Harvey Morning Show with the most fun in the morning.
How since you on strike today, how my girls doing out there today?
Oh, no! No.
I'm gonna say it one more time. How my girls doing out there today?
Today, top 10.
We found
all the top 10, sir.
I know that's right.
I'm finna beat my Uncle Brian.
Today's title is I'm on strike today cause I'm on strike anyway.
It's Steve Harvey in the morning, along with Jackie Reed and Nephew Tommy. Weekday mornings, 6 a.m. to 10. 107.5 WBLS. Experience.
Boy, we need the bathroom closer to the studio. I'm trying to compose myself right now, but I just did the mad dash with 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the music. Oh, boy. By the way, I'm getting a lot of feedback from people who are calling the woman with that fake prison relationship crazy, low self-esteem, and all that other kind of stuff. And you all were asking why I didn't blow her up. I don't know. I mean, I felt sorry for her. You know, she's 32. She's been in a prison relationship for 12. I mean, give me a break. You know, so, you know, hopefully she'll get it together. Probably not, though. The guy in prison seems to have quite a grip on her mind. And that'll continue even when he gets out. All right, let's open the door. Tomorrow, everybody, February 7th, is National Black AIDS Awareness Day. And in the studio right now, I have Dee Bailey, who's the executive director. Hi, Dee. She's an executive director of the National Black Leadership Commission on AIDS. All right, everybody else have seats. Move all around. Who are you?
Michael Saunders.
Hi, Michael, no, we need you to, at the very least, get over near a microphone. I mean, the purpose of you being in here is to talk about your plight, right?
Right.
Okay. All right, have a seat. Oh, that microphone right there. Everybody uses that way. Yeah. Yeah. At the very least, swing the microphone around so Michael can get in between. Damn, what's the matter with you people? Come on. Haven't you ever done any radio? No, I'm just playing. Okay. So, Dee, the first question to you. How old is, pull up to the microphone a bit, Dee. How many years has National Black AIDS HIV Awareness Day been going on?
Black AIDS Day has been going on for the last 6 years. It was started by the National Black Leadership Commission on AIDS and 4 other national organizations under the Centers of Disease Control.
Yes.
These 5 organizations came together and realized that although the cities that we were in, and BLACA is in 17 cities, Wendy,
Yes.
as you know.
Yes.
But it wasn't enough. What was going on in America was not something that we could just say, okay, we're going to approach it, we're going to do what we can do within our cities. But we knew that we needed a major focus, a national focus. So these 5 national organizations got together and said, you know what, we're going to make National Black HIV AIDS Awareness Day. It's going to be in the month of February.
Okay.
And what we want to do is we want to get all types of CBOs, churches, and all kinds of people involved in doing an event on one specific day to address African American and AIDS.
Right. And then hopefully get all of the health community aware so that there can be testing sites. Either more testing sites or get people into testing sites.
Absolutely. And to raise awareness that people who know their status would seek the care that they need so that they could live longer. And if you didn't know your status, as the CDC is projecting, that there's 31% over the number that are positive that don't even know. Therefore, the virus is still spreading.
Okay. El Joy, we'll be speaking with you in a few moments because you are specific regarding Brooklyn. Right now, I wanted to just speak, more on a national level, and I wanted to speak with Michael. So if you just move over just a little bit. Michael Saunders is here, everyone, and Michael Saunders is living with, is it AIDS or HIV that you have?
I'm HIV positive. I've been positive for 21 years.
Wow. Look at you. I mean, you look healthy.
I am. HIV is just a condition, and it is actually a manageable disease like diabetes and like asthma.
Now, at the time that you were diagnosed, did you have health insurance?
I was 19. I actually guess I was still covered by my mom's health insurance because I was in school when I first got tested.
Yeah. Now, because what I'm trying to get is, what about people who don't have jobs with health insurance? A lot of times these people, if they're diagnosed as being positive, they have no idea where to go or what to do for treatment.
The New York State Department of Health provides health coverage through a program called ADAP, which covers anyone who is working or not working who has health insurance.
Okay.
The New York City Department of Human Resources has Medicaid services available. There's all kinds of help available for anyone living with HIV.
For people listening outside of New York who are in perhaps South Carolina or Texas or Louisiana, other places, do you know of states having a similar situation set up for positive status people?
Oh, absolutely. The Centers of Disease Control for the United States has the same type of programs and the same type of assistance in other rural areas, not just New York City. This is not just something, that we in New York City, everyone says you're blessed if you're from New York City, but I can say in North Carolina and anywhere where there are Department of Health or health departments, as the CDC calls them, they have the same type of exchange. And there's also community-based organizations all across this country who do support services and everything else in the same way.
Okay. Michael, how did you find out your status? Take us through that particular day.
I actually had gotten sick. I was fatigued and had been feeling like I had a really bad cold for a while. Had been running back and forth to the doctors, and initially they thought I might have just had basic pneumonia, and they prescribed some penicillin and some regular antibiotics, and then I ended up in the hospital with TB. And so they came back and said, well, there's something wrong with your blood and we need to run some more tests. And the doctors came back and said, well, this is what's going on. And
at that point, 19 years ago, you had heard of HIV and AIDS, or?
I knew some people. I had a really good friend who lived in my neighborhood who had gotten sick and died of AIDS.
Okay.
At that time, most black gay men in New York City and across this country, most men of color were dying of AIDS alone. And he was no exception. I mean, his mom had been there, but like people were afraid. Nobody really knew what was going on.
Yeah.
There wasn't any kind of major push around HIV prevention in communities of color. There was no support. There was no education around.
At that time,
what it was.
when you were diagnosed, did you have a current lover, boyfriend?
Not anymore.
Well, I mean, at that time.
Actually, no. We had broken up. I was dealing with one person, and I was young and didn't know. Like, there had been no kind of sex education in my family or in my community about like how to protect yourself.
Now, what did your mom say? How soon did you tell her after you found out that you were positive? We're about to go to the phone, by the way, Michael. People are calling for both of you. Put your headphones on so you can hear the listeners. And go ahead.
I was 23 when I first told her.
Okay.
I didn't tell her.
You didn't tell her all along. Yeah. So when you are positively diagnosed, how, at least in your situation, how did that change your social structure? In terms of your friends, did you tell your friends, or were you losing friends, by the wayside? Did your closest friends become people at a support group? How did the dynamics of your social world change?
I didn't tell anyone for a long time. I kind of stayed home and pondered the existence of my life. Like, I actually, because of the ages of my friends, I didn't for a very long time know how long I'd be alive. And so I just kind of gave up for a while.
Were you taking care of yourself? Were you taking meds and things, or you held off on even that?
I didn't start meds until a year ago.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So are you holistic? What were you doing? Because, I mean, you said you've been diagnosed positive for 19 years.
21 years.
21 years. So for 20 years, you were walking around taking no meds. What would you wake up and eat in the morning? What's your diet like? What the hell?
God.
Wow.
I really believe that faith has a lot to do with it. And I actually had a real good support system at my church. And I believe that
that's not
having
so common. Right, Dee? It's very rare. The church, sometimes they're the worst ones.
But I got lucky. I did. And then I developed and found a support system of friends who let me be myself and supported me and allowed me to be scared when I needed to be.
Yeah.
And I have a wonderful family support system.
And now, do you have a boyfriend now?
No, I've actually been single for 10 years.
Okay, but 21 years you've been positive.
Yeah.
So when you were with your lover or your boyfriend at that time, 10 years ago, did you tell him right away, or did it take some time?
It's not something I keep a secret.
Okay.
You either have to deal with it and kind of we have to grow and deal with it together or not.
Now, was he positive also?
No.
People ask me when they're positive, where they go and they meet other people, and the first thing I always say is support groups.
That's that's like telling fat people to go to Weight Watchers to meet somebody. It's not fair. I mean, you're attracted to who you're attracted to, and people. HIV is. If I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know.
Right.
And so, I mean, and that's a large part of the problem with the epidemic spreading.
Yes.
People are so afraid of the stigma around HIV that they hide.
Yeah.
And they lie, and it causes the spread. And so it's about being honest first with yourself and being comfortable and able to say, this is who I am, and I need to take care of me in order to kind of take care of the people I love.
Okay.
And,
All right, we're going to go to the telephone. There's some people with who want to talk to both of you. DJ's on line number 1. And hi, DJ. Go ahead. You're on the phone with Michael and with Dee.
Hey, how you doing? Listen, I just want to commend that brother, 21 years, because listen, I've been living with for 13 years, and I took medication for, I think, a year, and then I haven't been on medication since. And I have to agree with him that it's about faith.
What kind of medication do you take, like in terms of pills and the number of pills per day?
I remember taking Verisep and a couple of other ones, AZT, very popular back then. But what I heard from a lot of my friends was that that after taking these a long time, a lot of people get dependent on it. Your body gets so used to the drugs, and the drugs also have a lot of toxins in it. That was the reason why I didn't
run
to that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, Michael just said that's why he didn't take it. What was the deal, Michael?
Initially,
Thanks, DJ.
Initially, AZT was the first drug they gave people living with AIDS or HIV, and it was killing people. And just the physical changes I saw people go through, I couldn't do that, not to myself. I mean, because that was one of the clear indicators that something was wrong, and I wasn't going to subject myself to that. So I decided not to, and I believe that if I had, I wouldn't be here now.
Have you lost weight or anything? I don't know what you looked like prior to.
I look exactly.
You look exactly the same.
I just turned 40 a week ago.
Wow. That's 40 the new 29, everybody. Wow.
I'm 40.
What? Wow. All right. Shout out. I mean, line number 5. Taryn's on the phone, wants to talk with you guys. Hi, Taryn.
Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, my name is Sharon.
Oh, Sharon, I'm sorry. And you're on the phone with Dee, and you're on the phone with Michael.
Okay, this Wendy?
Yes.
Hi, Wendy. I love your show.
Thanks.
Okay, a question I want to ask is pretty much geared to the confidential of this AIDS thing and how when one person gets it, the other person, it's up to that person to tell. The thing is, I work in a hospital or a labor and delivery ward, and a lot of the patients that come through, some of the fathers don't even know that the mothers have HIV.
Oh, my God.
And right now, the medicine field has advanced so that the babies can be born without the HIV virus under 2%. And it's the process they go through with treatment and everything during the pregnancy and after the pregnancy. But it just gets to me that when my patients come in, I know this because they work in there. I just have to step away from the desk to compose myself because we see the fathers and the families walking around and they don't even know.
Oh,
and
my
I just
gosh.
wanted to know that is there some type of legislation, what's going on with the health department and the government, that when it comes to cases like this, if there is a husband or spouse involved especially.
Okay, thank you for your question. All right. We're going to let Dee answer. Thank you for calling. Go ahead, Dee.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Yes, there are laws that are in effect in terms of partner notification. There are right now talking about confidentiality, talking about testing. But let me just say that right now, the only law that is in place is where they test the baby. And they test the baby 24 hours after it's born. And most of the time, that is how they get to tell the mother. Because if the baby is positive,
right,
the mother is positive because the baby is born with a mother's immune system. But Wendy, I just wanted to say one thing, that AIDS, people have gotten complacent about AIDS because people are looking like Michael, and I don't want to say that that's a bad thing. He looks wonderful.
Healthy.
You should see him.
But also another thing is that people are gay, and you're not hearing enough about the heterosexual transmission,
absolutely,
and whatnot.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of gay talk still with AIDS, and
people are still not talking about the over 50 population.
Hello,
who are still having sex.
I just did an article. Listen, I'm doing something tomorrow night. I'm doing National Black AIDS HIV Awareness. They're having Safe Sex Night, and I was talking to a news reporter who was asking me for an article. Getting some comments about that night, and I specifically said, what's really disheartening? People over 55 think they can't get it, and they
think
older
that their
men.
Issue is, well, I've gone through menopause already, so I don't have to worry. But they should worry. You should know that the new cases, over 50% of the new cases, outside of the teenagers, 13 to 19 years old, are women, black women over 50.
Try and drop it like it's hot and getting with these little bucks who, when they're not with you, goodness only knows what they're up to.
Okay.
But HIV infection is like pregnancy. You sleep with somebody without the benefit of birth control and you get pregnant, and you're like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
You sleep with somebody without the benefit of condom or some kind of protection and get infected. You ask, how did that happen? You've got to use protection.
Yeah, well, you could have kissed, and then if you're biting the side of your cheek like I do, then 3 days out of the month, you're raw dog up in your mouth.
But Wendy, what I say is, at least pregnancy, there are some choices to be made.
Yes.
HIV, you have no choice.
All right, we're about to go into the break, you all. Affiliates, I apologize. Just give me another 60 seconds. D, let's go over the ways that you can get, that we know of, HIV.
Okay. The first way, number one way, is sexual transmission.
Okay.
Vaginal or anal intercourse without the benefit of latex condoms.
Okay. What about giving professionals?
Mother to child.
That's breast milk. oral sex.
Yes.
Is one of the ways, but it is very rare. And in order to get infected through oral sex, you have to have a torn up mouth. Like you would have to swallow an immense amount of semen to get infected.
But you see what I'm doing right here?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like to, do you trust me?
People do that.
See, you do it, right? So then we have, on given times, a torn up mouth.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
And
So
I don't know
it's-
anything
so
about
it's-
swallowing nothing. All it has to do is dwell there on the spot. D, is that it?
That's
okay. All right, then let's talk about it. What if you have a hangnail on your finger that is still red and open?
It is
and you
open.
And
it is fluid to fluid.
that's what I'm saying. So let's talk about it.
And I'll tell you this. People are talking about other sexually transmitted diseases, but we have to be very careful, in particular about HIV and AIDS, because once again, everybody thinks that it's not them.
Right.
Oh, that's not me. But
Right.
when you go to a nail salon and you're getting those beautiful nails done and they're cracking and there's some fungus and there's some things going on there, and then you come into contact with some other people or someone who has the same thing, you've got to watch where you put your hands and what you do. It's not so much that it can't happen. It can happen. We're not doctors here. All we can say is protect yourself. But number one is fluid to fluid transmission.
And just remember also that, oh God, I lost the thought.
Go ahead. Well, you know what? It's okay, because hold that thought. We're going to have you guys back in the room. You guys go back to the pink room. You stay here, L. Joy. I want to speak with you, okay? All right, everybody. Keep it where you got it. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. Thanks.
It's Wendy, man.
This show is crazy. Just make sure it stays broadcast right here because it's crazy. Everybody I know loves it, even my mother.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WBLS.
Yeah, put your headphones on over there. I'm listening. Brooklyn, stand up and get to the telephone and call. You need to get in on this. Brooklyn, do you know that out of all the boroughs in New York City, Brooklyn has the most people living with HIV? Yes. Do you know half of the newly diagnosed HIV patients in Brooklyn are between 13 and 19 years old? Do you know that 1 in 4 people infected with HIV/AIDS are unaware of it and continue to spread the disease? Wow. Do you know that Brooklyn makes up... I can't even read this stat. Anyway, Brooklyn, you can jump on the phone. I've got L. Joy Williams in here, and L. Joy is the founder of Brooklyn Lives. And L. Joy, you're a young girl yourself.
Not that young, but I'm young, yes.
Well, you look good.
Thank you.
And young.
Thank you.
But,
I'm near 30, though.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, yeah, you're still a young girl. I mean, Yeah. So, look, I was talking with L. Joy behind the scenes because she's the founder of this, and I was thinking, for such a young girl, how did you get so enlightened? I thought you were going to say something, like maybe your brother passed or something like that. And no, that wasn't even it. She was tired of seeing young girls doing crazy things. This is just your observation as a citizen?
Well, yeah, observation as a citizen and reading the paper and reading what's going on around me. And so looking at those stats, the stats that you just read, they're alarming. And it's like, if you read them and you want to say something on your radio show, we have to say something in our community.
Yes.
And so this is why I brought the project to D. Bailey and said, we have to do something about this, specifically for Brooklyn.
866-GET-WENDY, 866-GET-WENDY. You can call if you're from Brooklyn or from any place. But before I forget, L. Joy's website is brooklynlivesproject.com. brooklynlivesproject.org. .org. Okay, yeah, they have comment. brooklynlivesproject.org. brooklynlivesproject.org. And everyone, tomorrow is National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. And I happen to be, I'm going to participate in a safe sex night over at the Laugh Factory. Capone is telling jokes. It's like a comedy night, except we're raising money. And so if you care to stop by the Laugh Factory tomorrow, just know that your money is going to the National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Committee, and the day is tomorrow, but we need to remember every day.
Yes.
So, all right, well, we're waiting for people to get on the phone. Actually, I did want to speak to Carrington on line number 3. Is Carrington still there? Carrington?
Yeah, I'm holding for Wendy.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Hi, Wendy.
How are you? I've got L. Joy Williams in the studio.
Yes.
Okay, what are you calling regarding?
Yes, I'm calling on to talk to Michael, first of all, to give him encouragement.
Yeah, he's in the other room, but go ahead.
Okay, I understand. He said that he just started taking medication about a year ago, and he's still calling himself HIV positive. To encourage him to continue with his medications because he can thusly become HIV negative. He will no longer call himself positive. And to the people that keep talking about the toxins in the medication because they don't want to take it, when you consider the heroin and cocaine and all these other this garbage that's out on the street and that's creating the toxins in your body, ignore that mess because HIV medication can sustain you and it can give you hope for life. So that negativism about the medications is harming us. It is out here to help.
Yeah,
people.
but you're making an assumption that people who get HIV and AIDS are these drug addicts, and that's not true.
No. First of all, the drugs that they are taking is tearing up your liver.
No, but they're not. Who says that just because you're positive that you were taking heroin and cocaine and stuff?
No. See, what I'm saying is people are getting HIV, they're becoming positive.
Okay.
And they're saying, well, I don't want to take the AIDS medication because it's destroying my liver and is adding toxins to the body. Yeah. But if you consider what you've taken before you became positive...
Well, there are many people who have never taken drugs like that, Carrington.
Right, I understand.
You're making a gross assumption.
Oh, well, I understand. No, I understand, Wendy.
Oh, it's okay, Carrington. L-Joy, there are a lot of assumptions about people, and we're all still learning. But with regards to HIV, the first thing, and unfortunately, Michael is part of the stereotype, and that is that it's just a gay thing, and it's not.
It's not.
And I knew that Michael was coming up today, and I was like, oh, I hope he's so hetero. I hope he is so hetero that because we need that. We need that that reminder.
Right.
Alas.
Yeah. Well, we continue to spread, that it's, just a gay disease. It doesn't affect me. I mean, I talk to some of my girlfriends now who call me from the bathroom of some man.
Oh, God.
That they just met in the club and saying, should I sleep with him or not? And you 35. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And so it's not just a gay thing.
No.
It's not just the man that I'm sleeping with that I get HIV from must have been gay.
And be a down low
on
brother.
A down low brother. We're making too much, too much out of it.
And the other thing is that people are still thinking of it as a needle disease, like you sharing needles and all like that. It's not necessarily
but look
true.
At the cases of nearly half of the new cases in Brooklyn. 13 and 19-year-olds. Those of you with children that are 13, 14, 15, don't be so naive that your child is not. All you're doing is saying, don't get pregnant.
Yes.
That's all we're saying to them. Don't get pregnant. Don't bring no baby home.
Yeah.
We're not saying that if, number one, telling them abstinence and why to abstain because you don't want to die, but then also saying if you are going to engage in that activity, you have to do something to protect yourself. And we need to check those older men, 35, with them 15-year-olds. You see them on the street and we don't say nothing.
You're right.
And so we need to address that because if you're 15 and your boyfriend, quote unquote, is 32, how are you in a powerful position to say wear a condom?
Right. Well, not only that, but why are you even with him? Do you ever think that maybe because he doesn't want to deal with a woman his own age? Because we're going to ask too many questions about what are those bumps on your thing?
And because this is the first one they seen and don't even know nothing about it. Some McDonald's.
Anyway, tomorrow, again, February 7th is National Black AIDS Day. Brooklyn Lives is an organization that seeks to raise HIV awareness in the community. Please go to the website at Brooklyn Lives Project. Is the New York with the most people living with HIV.
And can I say, we have a number of free
where you get your next jump off.
AIDS testings tomorrow and non-traditional sites, the housing projects, not only the clinics and the hospitals and things like that. We're going into high schools tomorrow and talking to them about HIV/AIDS prevention. We're going all over the borough. We have free breakfast at Borough Hall tomorrow.
So they can go to your website and find more information?
Definitely.
And these sites? BrooklynLivesProject.org. L-Joy, I want to thank you for coming up. Please stay in contact with the show.
Sure.
Because I like that, you're in the mix as far as, your youth with everybody else. sometimes it's better. The message is better received from, a peer as opposed to, somebody older.
Yeah, and they think I'm a high school student, so sometimes I get sent to the detention room when I go into high school.
Well, I'm sure. I am sure. All right, Eljoy, thank you so much for coming.
You.
Everybody, you guys keep it here because Dee and Michael will be coming back in, and we'll be going to the phone and talking to Fatty and Mr. X and Daniel and Raymond and Sharice and the other Daniel who's on the telephone as well. All right, so keep it where you got it. This hour of the Wendy Williams Experience is brought to you by Paramount Pictures. LA weight loss is a great way to lose weight. 1-800-448-TRIM. 1-800-448-TRIM. Faye in Brooklyn just sent me this. Wendy, I started my LA weight loss program yesterday and I feel different already. Is this possible? Well, they gave me a fruit drink to take and for 2 days, and I'll be going back after work, yada, yada, to get measured again. When I woke up this morning, I felt lighter on my feet. My button-down shirt actually fit me nicely. Wow, Faye. Well, on LA weight loss, it is not impossible to lose 4 pounds or 5 pounds in the first week. So even though you just started yesterday, it might be psychosomatic, but there might be something to it. Faye, I wish you well on the LA weight loss program. 1-800-448-TRIM. It's 1-800-448-TRIM. Oh, and I do have a telephone number in Brooklyn in case you are not online and would like more information about BrooklynLivesProject.org. The number is... I just don't want anybody to miss it. 718-622-5430. 718-622-5430. All right, we're going to continue with the break, and we'll be back to talk more about National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. And then, can we bring some levity into the show next hour and do some gossip? Are we finished with the guests and stuff? Okay. I'm just saying, this is real, and we do need to talk about it.
Okay.
But, after you talk about it long enough...
You don't want to be with nobody.
No. Oh. But it is real, and we're glad that you guys are here today. All right, keep it here, everybody. It's The Experience until 7 on BLS.
Don't come around here with that Wendy Williams. Get your facts straight up. Shout.
Experience.
And so we're back, everybody. Now, where is Michael? Where is Dee? I hope they didn't flee the scene. Here they come. Oh, here comes Dee. Dee, you left your bag in here and we ran it while you were out of the room. No, I'm just playing. And Michael's back also. Okay, you guys, we're going to go back to the telephones. If you're just turning on the radio, meet Dee Bailey. Dee is the executive director of the National Black Leadership Conference on AIDS and Commission. And tomorrow is Black AIDS Day, and Michael Saunders is in the studio. Michael is living with HIV. He's been living with it for 21 years. He just started taking meds a year ago. Now let's go to line number... Oh, here it is. Line number 2 is Raymond. Raymond?
Yes.
Okay, let me just tell them what you want, because this is real quick. Raymond wants to buy a wristband. How does he get one of these red wristbands?
Raymond doesn't have to buy a wristband.
Okay.
If he wants to come to the concert or come in the morning to Borough Hall, we'll be happy to give Raymond a wristband.
There you go, Raymond. Thank you for calling. Line number 3. Daniel's on the phone, and he wants to know about spreading HIV to young people. That's all it says in the computer, Daniel. What do you mean by that? Daniel?
I think he's gone.
Okay. Line number 7 is Mr. X. HIV positive for 11 years, has an opinion about the meds. Go ahead, Mr. X.
Yes, hi. I'm Mr. X. I want to comment about the guy who was talking about not taking your medications and that you should continue to take your medications. I believe that you should continue to take your medications. However, it does destroy your liver. So it is important that people take time out. If you're undetectable and the doctor feels as though your numbers are high and that you can get off your medication to give your body a rest because your body needs a rest. And then you go with the holistic medications and cleansing your body and drinking a lot of water, a lot of fluids, drinking cranberry juice in order to cleanse your insides. That is very important. I am now not, it's been 12 years I've been HIV positive. I do not take medication, because I'm still undetectable, thank God. Okay. But during this period that my doctor has given me of not taking meds, I am being very cautious of what I put in my body.
Let me ask you something. What does undetectable mean? What does that mean?
Undetectable meaning that it's a point in the blood level that in the body that the virus is still there. It's still there, but it is
Magic
hidden.
Johnson.
It is dormant. Okay, and it does not appear in your blood. Or when you take the blood with blood work, and it appears as though nothing's there. However, it is.
Okay.
So
God.
You can't continue to have unprotected sex during this period. Also, I'm the type of person, if I get into a relationship with someone, the first, second night of dating, I let them know I'm HIV positive. And if they can handle it, that's cool. We can go on from there. If they can't handle it, then it's time for them to move on, and we can be boys. That's cool.
Absolutely. And so are you currently in a relationship?
Unfortunately not. I'm not.
When's the last time you had sex?
The last time I had sex was with a positive person, and it must have been maybe a month ago.
Now, when you're with a positive person, do you use a condom?
Yes. Definitely, because if you don't use a condom, it's different strains on the HIV.
Oh, okay.
And so
I was going to say, what's the point?
If you don't use the condom, you're going to get something more, or a stronger strain, and then you're going to have more problems. Then that probably will put you back on the meds.
Okay, I have to go. Bye, Mr. X.
Thank you.
D, strain, stronger strain. What is this strain thing?
Well, Wendy, let me just say this: you can have a cold, and your husband can have a cold,
right?
But your husband's cold might be more like the flu, and yours might be just a head cold.
Right.
But if you
like herpes simplex 1, 2, 3.
So the bottom line is, if you're undetectable, thank God you are, and someone has an AIDS diagnosis, and therefore they're a little thicker than you are. You know what I mean? They're feeling a little worse than you, and the virus is a little bit more progressed than it is for you. So you could get what they call a reinfection.
Gotcha. All right, and Michael is in the studio, everybody, and he's living with HIV. He's here to answer your questions pertaining to how he lives his day-to-day life.
And I remembered the comment I wanted to make, and it was around sexually transmitted diseases. A lot of people don't know that syphilis is one of the hallmarks of HIV infection. A lot of young people in the city get syphilis and don't think about the fact that penicillin as a curative breaks down your immune system, and so repeated cases of syphilis, repeated cases of chlamydia and gonorrhea continue to break down your immune system and can be precursors for HIV infection.
Wow. So who do you live with now, Michael? Do you live by yourself?
My brother is my roommate.
Your brother's your roommate. All right, let's go to line number 1. Sharice is there, and she wants to talk about how she feels people need to be promoting this type of thing more often. Hey, Sharice.
Hi, Wendy.
Welcome to the radio.
Thank you. All right, my question, well, it's not really a question, it's a statement being made, is that a lot of things are out there for people who have it and people who don't know much about it.
Right.
And I feel that it needs to be more educated throughout the school system, because I have a friend, well, a couple of male friends, which they are homosexuals, and they do have it. And it's just like, it's like they find out when it's basically it's already breaking down their system. When their lymph nodes are swelling, and the other one, he started to lose a lot of weight rapidly. So these things, we were in high school together. I'm only 20 years old, and one detected it when he was 17.
Wow.
And meanwhile, he was dating girls and guys at the time.
Wow.
And he doesn't know where he got it from.
Wow.
Okay? And he was dating grown men.
Yeah.
And he still sleeps with bisexual men. So it's a fact, and it's evident that I feel that young people need to look at it as everybody out there that you look at has HIV and has AIDS. You don't think that nobody looks past it.
All right. Thank you for calling. Hey, you know what, Michael, let me ask you, the person that you got it from, were you able to ascertain where you got it? Did you have to go back to that person and let them know?
I knew exactly where I got it. I knew exactly and I never confronted him about it. It happened, and it was something I had to deal with. And, we all get challenged in life, and this is my challenge.
This person just sent a fax, and I was going to ask you this. How long were you positive before you found out? Were they able to figure that out by looking at your...
A year.
Wow.
I got infected right after high school.
Just wilding out for a year. You didn't even know.
Wow. And it wasn't it was one person.
Wow.
The first person I ever actually had.
Another misconceived notion is that everybody is sexually wild who gets HIV. I just fell into that pothole. Oops.
And to comment on a young lady's statement, the problem with young people is that because of the stigma of HIV, young people are afraid to kind of talk about it. So they won't seek help. There are plenty of agencies in this city that service young people. Plenty of them. And plenty of them in the borough of Brooklyn that will service specifically young people between 16 and 24 years old, where they can go confidentially and get any services they need.
Love that.
But because they're afraid of being seen, because they don't feel like they can talk to their families.
Yes.
Culture, race, and class play a large part in why people won't access services around HIV.
But also, Wendy, we have to be real clear that we don't have the Rock Hudsons and the Elizabeth Taylors that some of the other folks had early in the 80s.
Right.
But we do have people who have resources. We've been very lucky in that we've been able to have WBLS and other media personalities to say, hey, let's talk about African Americans and AIDS. Let's talk about this today. Let's keep it in the forefront. But needless to say, media has got to play a larger role in terms of getting the message out there. And for the young lady who called before, this is not a one-time event. This is a day-to-day. HIV and AIDS is here today, and it's going to be here for a while, unfortunately. But we're going to be here, too. We're going to be out in the front lines. And National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day is for all of us. It's not just one day. It's just a day that we knew we would be able to galvanize the attention of everybody and maybe make a difference in terms of including teenagers, churches, people over 50 years old, all these non-traditional type of people. But the bottom line is it's an education for all of us, and we need to really understand that HIV, while we debate on where you got it, how you got it, it's here.
It's here.
And it's like a fire. If a fire is going on and the fire department comes to your house, he doesn't care who started the fire. He doesn't care where the fire started. It's raging. Let's put that fire out. Well, that's what has to happen with HIV and AIDS, Wendy. We've got to get real about it.
And I think older people, once again, need to start using some condoms and stop thinking that you're immune and looking at 18-year-olds and 28-year-olds like those are the people who catch it. You can get it too.
Okay.
So, thank you, Dee Bailey. Shout out to everybody, the National Black Leadership Commission on AIDS.
Hellos to you as well.
Thank you. And thank you, Michael Saunders. And congratulations on living with HIV for 21 years. And everybody, don't forget, tomorrow, February 7th, is National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. It's only one day, but really, it's forever and every day. Keep it where you got it. We're going to take the edge off next.
Wendy, man. George Bush doesn't care about black people. And you know, George Bush doesn't care about Wendy Williams.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Wow.
Said I got raped in jail. Picture that. Revenge is a payback. Shoot your gas. Wendy Williams and I break back on the next down your throat. Anybody ever see Wendy Williams' fat ass? I'm about to put a $20,000 hit through Jenny Craig to come find your ass and put you in a fat farm. Thug life, outlaw, West Side. Wow. This is Tupac, so you know who said it.
Experience.
Hey, everybody. It's the Wendy Williams Experience here on the radio. And so, well, where do we go from here? Well, we be mindful of HIV and AIDS, and not just one day, which is tomorrow for National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day, but all the time. And here, where do we go? Anywhere but dwelling there. Let's move on, please. Oh, come on. Back to that. It's part of the problem. So they're saying that Madonna's marriage to Guy Ritchie is up in smoke, and I'm hoping that's not like the next Hollywood casualty. But if it is, wow, here we go again. And Sharon Stone has been divorced from Phil for a moment, and they're still dealing with issues regarding their son, Roan, who's now 5 years old. They adopted him when he was an infant. So over the weekend, what I learned is we're not ready with that yet. Hello? Is she in the hall with you? Yeah. We'll be in about 20 minutes. what I learned over the weekend is that, oh my gosh, so the judge just granted her custody for a year, him custody for a year. They have not been able to grow up and figure out as adults how to do. So they're still dealing with judges and mediators and whatnot. And so now what they're doing to this 5-year-old who is about to go into about to go into first grade is this is how it is. He'll live with Sharon for a year. He'll live with Phil for a year. Now, mind you, she lives in L.A., he lives in San Francisco. He runs the San Francisco Chronicle. She's trying to keep her acting thing going or resurrect what was there or whatever. And they can't find a place in the middle to meet and perhaps live in the same community where, oh my gosh, this kid is going to grow up to be the next axe murderer. I mean, what the hell? How do you... I don't know. Maybe I have the capacity to be that selfish, but how do you get that selfish for your kid? Like, the divorce is finalized. Nobody's beefing about money, but you're going to have this boy live 1 year with one parent and 1 year with the next. That is really selfish. And Madonna's thing, I was talking to you about this briefly on Friday. First of all, she hasn't been wearing her wedding ring. She might be allergic like Star Jones. I don't know. But she's working out too much. He doesn't like that. She, gosh, I don't have the story in front of me, but yeah, so that's the buzz, though. And about that Richie Sambora, Heather Locklear divorce, they say he's sorely in denial. He was surprised that she filed on Thursday because he continued to deny reports that they were splitting until he received the court papers. You know why? Because that's a man who didn't believe that his wife would jump. That's why. Girls, like so many of these men, don't think that we'll do what it is that we do regarding our relationships because they either think, we're married to the illusion of coupledom, or, we're older, for women, like I guess in Heather Locklear's age. Oh, who's she going to get now? I know she's Heather Locklear and she's still hot and everything like that, but you know what I'm trying to say. She's not 22 anymore. Or who will want us or whatever. And then she just committed a swoop down on him. He didn't expect it. He probably didn't think she had the backbone to do it. And she did it. That's my friend in my head. He didn't know about it until he received the court papers. That's the best type of divorce announcement then. You underestimated me. He was preparing for a concert in Washington, D.C., and he was denying reports right up until hitting the stage that they were going their separate way. Here is what his quote is. It's completely untrue. I'm going home. Heather was just up for our anniversary, and that was on December 15th. I was home for 2.5 weeks over Christmas. I have a month off in March, so it's going to be good. Yeah, well, she filed irreconcilable difference, and she wants physical custody of their daughter, Ava. So, he even had Valentine's plans for his wife. That was him assuming that she wouldn't do it. No new developments since the show started today regarding the Busta Rhymes video set shooting, which is, it was very sad to hear about all that. We talked about it a little bit earlier. You guys, feel free to get on the telephone, 866-GET-WENDY, 866-GET-WENDY. By the way, I like the Burger King commercial during the Super Bowl. The sound was turned down on Puffy's commercial, but I saw the visual. I like that one also. The sound was turned down on Burger King too, but I loved them falling together. And Brooke Burke is not attractive to me at all. Like she looks like a young version of Michelle Lee. She's got the big monkey nostrils. They look very strange on her. They look very strange. Anyway, she's the one who actually was the last one to fall down the top bun. Did you see any Super Bowl commercials that you particularly enjoyed or anything about the game that stood out to you? Aretha Franklin, the woman is happy. It is what it is. Let's let that go. Whatever. Anyway, is there anybody on hold? By the way, 50's next album is going to be released during the summer. And they say that lyrics on... Hello, hi.
How you doing? It's Raven.
Hey, Raven.
What's up, baby? Listen, I'm calling because I am very, very, very pissed off about something right now.
Okay.
During the Super Bowl, they played a commercial with two white people having sex on a plane, and she was straddling the white guy in the seat, and I don't remember the rest of the commercial, but I remember somewhere where she looks up, and the rest of the people on the plane are looking at her. I was so outraged when I saw that. I was so disgusted when I saw that.
Why is that?
Because I don't want to see two people having sex on the plane. If I can't see Janet Jackson's nipple and they make a big deal about that, why would I want to see two people having sex on the plane and that's supposed to be acceptable? Two white people. I was very pissed off about that. I didn't want to see that.
Yeah, you know what? I don't remember that commercial, but...
and I wish I would have wrote down the name of the advertisement that it was for, but it was very disgusting. How you doing?
How you doing?
All right.
Thank you,
Talk
Raven.
to you later, baby.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Brooke Shields is about to have her baby girl in May. Remember there was a time that she didn't think that she could get pregnant at all. I mean, you know, the issue of having a child was huge to her. And now look at her on her second child. Shout out to women in that struggle. See? You know, it does... Don't lose hope. All right, let's go to another blinking line. Karl Lagerfeld is speaking out about Princess Di, and not in a good way. Hello?
Hello, what up?
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Hanging in there.
Good.
I want to talk about that Busta Rhymes.
Okay, let's talk about it.
All right, listen, it's so funny that, you know what I mean, Tony Yayo was beefing with the bodyguard, and dude got shot up. What about that?
Well, they said that they're looking for Tony Yayo. The authorities said that he is not a suspect, but they want to talk to him.
Listen, you know how the hood knows everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so, you know, let's keep it gully. He belongs to somebody's family, so, you know what I mean?
Okay.
All right, what?
I don't want to feed into it. I mean, I understand what you're saying without you even talking.
That's the wire back from the hood.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Let's see how that jumps.
Yes.
See, about
what? Okay. All right, take care.
Take care, Ma.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's like the level of the beef has just gotten so much that, you know, I just kind of like want to leave all that over there. And that includes whatever the hell is going on with Remy Martin and Fat Joe. And I know that is nowhere near the level of, you know, like that. But you know what, Remy? I wish you well. You know, keep on. You know, Fat Joe, keep on. And keep all that over there. You know, go ahead. Go ahead with that. Remy's new CD's coming out tomorrow. And, you know, she's been doing a lot of, you know, tough talk about how, you know, Fat Joe is not supporting her project, blah, 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 blah. Okay, keep that right over there. Right over there. Right over there. Okay, so line number 4 is Jennifer wants to talk about Mary J. Blige video. Hi, Jen.
Hello.
How are you?
Hey, Wendy.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I wanted to know, were you in Mary's video? It looked like you.
Oh, yeah?
At that little part at the table where I guess like all her
the dinner party.
Yeah. There's this clip and there's this woman that looks just like you. Every time I say, I'm like, I wonder if that's Wendy.
No.
Oh.
But thank you for calling and listening.
Also, one more thing. I wanted to mail you a book. I wanted to get your address.
Okay, 3 Park Avenue.
3 Park Avenue.
New York, New York. And the zip code is 10018. Or is it 16? 16.
10016?
Yeah.
And I just put attention, Wendy?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And by the way, everybody, if you ever want to email me, I'm Wendy at the WendyWilliamsExperience.com. Who else? Let's just clear the lines that are still on hold. What line is that? That's number 3. That's Gina. Hi, Gina.
Hey, Wendy, what's up?
No, how you doing?
Love your show.
Thank you.
I'm calling from Brooklyn, and the statistics you gave about Brooklynites per capita having the highest HIV rate.
Yeah.
It made me think, and so since they're having the testing at Borough Hall, I actually have a beauty supply store located in downtown Brooklyn in Metrotech, and I wanted to offer, 10% off all of our products to people that go out and get the HIV testing.
Okay, and then they come over and they give you some proof.
Yeah, like, weren't they going to get the bracelet?
Well, I don't know.
Or something, they'll probably pass out pins or something, or they could just even tell me that they went to get the
or the bracelet.
Yeah. So we're located about 66 Willoughby Street in downtown Brooklyn.
Okay.
Absolute Beauty.
Absolute
Beauty. We listen
Beauty.
to your show every day, so please give us a shout out.
Well, you just did it on the radio. Thank you for listening and calling, Gina.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right.
So this Karl Lagerfeld, okay, he is slamming Princess Di of Wales, labeling her a dull woman in comparison to Camilla Parker Bowles. Wow. Isn't that interesting? Wow. Because everybody holds Princess Di in life and in death in such high regard. I guess it's just, and he's entitled to his opinion, but it's just shocking to hear it because nobody ever says it. But he has quotes and everything. First of all, he's 67 years old, and he's baffled by people's public adoration of the stupid princess. And he insists that Camila is both fun and intelligent. And he tells New York Magazine, here's the quote, "She was pretty and she was sweet, but she was stupid. The public does not know who Camila is. She is the life of the party. She's sparkling. She's witty. She's ready for anything. She's not pretentious and, not one bit. If you had to make a choice to live with someone, this is the one." Wow. By the way, Sting is suing his chauffeur of 4 years because the chauffeur has been spreading it around that Sting would rather be held up someplace getting high than deal with Trudy at all, his wife. Here's what he says. "You see all these pictures of Sting and Trudy hand in hand, kissing sweetly. It's all rubbish. Trudy is so needy, but Sting is never there. He's just into playing his banjo and getting stoned. The couple are not all what they seem." So Sting has filed a breach of confidence suit and declining to reveal any further details. But Sting and Trudy have been married for 14 years and they have 4 children. And yeah, isn't that interesting? Yeah, well. Okay. By the way, today's people poll question. I never repeated it for you guys, and I think I might have thrown it away. Well, doggone it. Do you remember what it was? What was today's people poll question? Oh, hell. What the hell? You know, I inhaled carpet fumes earlier today. You ever have carpet installed and it's doing the wave down on your floor? Wow. It's like jumping waves to get to the other side of the room. It's so damn wavy. So we had the smoother outers come today. And so, oh, damn, there was more to the story because dude wanted to give me a CD. I mean, you just he was like, "Can I include this visit as part of..." What? Yeah, but it was funny the way it went down. And I was like, absolutely, I wanted to call the cops. I was horrified. Keep it here.
It's Wendy, man.
I have a boyfriend, and I've been with him for maybe a little over 3 years. And he's just now telling me that he has a child out there somewhere that may be like 5 or 6 years old.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WBLS.
Today's R&B and classic soul is on 107.5 WBLS. A real quick note about St. Ives. It's fabulous. They've got this stuff called Silk Whipped moisturizer. Oh my gosh. And St. Ives is affordable. The St. Ives also happens to be one of the sponsors of the U.S. snowboarding team, and the ski board team, or the ski team. So you know what their skin goes through. They're out there in the cold. They need something that absorbs quickly, something that moisturizes and helps them keep that glow and the suppleness of the skin. They turn to St. Ives. Now, if they turn to St. Ives, I'm not saying they're better than you, but I'm just saying if they do it and they're in the cold much more than we are, certainly this is good enough for you. And it's affordable. It's affordable. We love St. Ives here. The St. Ives Whipped Silk Moisturizer goes on nice and smooth, and it absorbs quickly. It is not greasy. You will love it. You will notice the difference in your skin. St. Ives, even the driest part of your body is softer with St. Ives Whipped Silk. Whipped silk. Don't you just love it? You know what they do? They whip it really, really fast. And something in the whipping process is what makes it absorb faster. I don't know what it is. All I know is it's affordable. And if it's affordable, it's for me. It works. That's even better. St. Ives. Thank you. Sometimes I wonder if that's what St. Ives wants me to say. But a lot of the sponsors that I do, live commercials for, I wonder if they want me to say those things. But, I get caught up in the moment, all emotional. Oh, here's another one. LA weight loss. Fatty 2x4, you can't get through the living room door. Have you ever heard that? Oh my gosh, when I was younger, my own sister used to call me a wide body plane. Isn't that terrible? Wow. My brother would call me fatso, and my parents had me on a diet. in my entire younger life until I broke out of the house and I was able to, be on my own. Well, that is the woe that is my younger life. As an adult, I was able to harness things. Sometimes not in the healthiest of ways. Thank goodness for LA weight loss. Almost 2 years ago, I lost 15 pounds on LA weight loss, and it's probably the first weight loss program that I've been on where everything was sensible and I wasn't getting lightheaded and I wasn't starving myself and I was eating real food and I lost the weight. Once I lost the weight, I said, we need to be talking about these people. We need to, and at the time, Anna Nicole and the whole trim spa thing, and, everybody was on that, and they were about to get trim spa. And I was like, no, you don't understand. Those pills, the racing heart, blah, blah, blah. Wendy, well, trim spa. I have thyroid disease. I cannot take pills to lose weight. And furthermore, I've been on every dopey diet, pills and no pills, my entire life in search of the perfect weight loss program. It's true. Then I found LA weight loss, and I'm losing another 10 pounds because I want to just make sure that I'm at my peak, at least in my mind, when we go to Puerto Rico. 1-800-448-TRIM is LA weight loss. Come on, let's lose weight together. 1-800-448-TRIM, LA weight loss. Call and find out about how the real food is really delicious because it's not prepackaged. It's not some stranger food. It's stuff that you have in your cupboard, stuff that you get at the grocery store, stuff that you make for your family. You just do it in a different way, and it's good for them, too. You can eat at restaurants. You get a one-on-one weight loss counselor who's like a shrink, You're not feeling something or you're losing a lot of weight and life is all of a sudden treating you better than you've ever been treated before. You're a little scared of that. Call your weight loss counselor. You're stumbling. Your family's making fun of you. Your man is not understanding. Your woman is still heavy when you're trying to lose weight. Call your weight loss counselor. Listen, losing weight is only part of a situation. The other part is how you deal with your life around you. LA Weight Loss provides everyone with a one-on-one weight loss counselor. So whether it is that you need to lose 25 pounds or 200 pounds, which that 200 is a life-altering situation. I mean, 25, you lose some pounds, but boy, oh boy, when you really start getting up there in the digits, your life changes a lot, and you'll need your one-on-one weight loss counselor to help you navigate. And they are wonderful people because most of the time, they too have lost a whole lot of weight. So they understand what you're going through. I love LA Weight Loss. They've been in business since, I believe, 1987. There are over 600 locations throughout the country. There's one near you. I am sure of it. But first, you have to call 1-800-448-TRIM. It's LA Weight Loss. 1-800-448-TRIM. Everyone, on Thursday, I was speaking with you about the Go Red Day for Women's Awareness of Cardiovascular Disease, which actually began on Friday. I read to you some staggering statistics regarding heart disease and women, heart disease and black people, heart disease and people, heart disease and people of particular ages. And today, just for this brief moment, Dr. Ola G. Day Williams is here. He's a professor at Columbia University, but he's also the director of the Stroke Initiative at Harlem Hospital. He's here to talk about something going on in Harlem this coming weekend. Hello, Dr. Williams.
Hello, Wendy.
Well, you look so young. Are you in your 30s?
I'm 36, Wendy.
Are you?
Yes.
Jeez. I mean, put on a baseball cap, pull your pants down a bit, and I swear I would think that you just came off the set of a Busta Rhymes video. I am very impressed. So, all right, Doc, what's going on in Harlem?
Well, this coming Saturday, we have an event that we want to invite the entire community to. Actually, it's a stroke-specific event. We'll be actually doing stroke risk assessments on participants attending the event, and we will be basically giving everyone a stroke appraisal, and based on their appraised scores, we will be tailoring prevention strategies to the individual in order to try to reduce their risk.
I have a question.
Sure.
Can you get one of these stroke appraisals at your regular doctor?
Well, yes. If you go to a neurologist or a stroke,
I've got a neurologist
stroke
on my
doctor.
team.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. They can give you a stroke appraisal too.
So a neurologist is the doctor that you would go to?
Neurologist, exactly.
So, in other words, if you're a perfectly healthy person, chances are you don't have a neurologist on your team unless you are a bit of a hypochondriac like me, in which case I happen to have a neurologist on my team because, I just do.
Yes, and I think one of the things that's important is that even healthy people aren't aware of their risk factors, and so it's important if you have a PMD to ask your PMD whether you're at risk.
Primary doctor,
exactly. Primary, because even primary doctors, although they don't do this the most sophisticated type of stroke risk appraisals, they can do basic screens.
Right. Well, they're going to ask you. They're going to ask you something like, "Does your mom have heart disease? Does your father have heart disease?" How much further back do we need to go than that?
Well, they can ask you historical questions about your father, your cousins, your mother. If you have heart disease in the family or stroke in the family, for that matter, your risk increases.
What if these people weren't affected by stroke until they were 72 years old and you're 37 years old right now?
That doesn't matter because your risk is still elevated as long as you have a family history.
Okay, here we go. On the average, an American dies of cardiovascular disease every 34 seconds. It is worth your while to get your appraisal or be cognizant. Stop screaming. Right? Raising your blood pressure. What can we do every day to help ourselves?
There's so many things that can cause strokes. The most common ones that we see are high blood pressure, obviously. And high blood pressure has many different factors that can exacerbate it. In particular, salt. Excessive consumption of salt in diet is a big one. Okay. Obviously, stress has been shown to really exacerbate high blood pressure, and physical activity as well. The lack of physical activity, the lack of just simple activities. We don't need gyms to really be active.
Right.
Just, all these three things are readily modifiable, and these are some of the prominent things that we see that cause difficulty with blood pressure. And blood pressure really is the number one risk factor for stroke. And people with high blood pressure have a very high risk of dying from a stroke when they get a stroke.
I got stats that say last year 62% of stroke deaths were women.
Yes, and that's another thing that we really need.
That's not a black thing or a white thing. That's a woman thing, girls.
It's a woman thing. Women, I always emphasize this point that women have die at twice the rate from stroke every year than breast cancer. And yet, despite these statistics...
That's all we worry about. Breast cancer, getting our pap smears, HIV.
Exactly.
We worry about so many other things when stroke is the heart disease is the number one thing we need to be worried about.
And do you know, Wendy, that very few people even know how to recognize the symptoms of stroke?
What are the symptoms?
Well, the symptoms of stroke, the classic symptoms of stroke are, number one, sudden numbness or weakness on one side of the body.
Okay.
Number two, a sudden severe headache without any known cause. Number three, sudden incoordination or loss of balance.
Okay.
Number four, sudden difficulty with articulation of speech or comprehension of speech, slurring of speech. Number five, sudden confusion, sudden difficulty comprehending speech can be a sign of stroke.
Okay.
And even dizziness, sudden dizziness, sudden the sensation of the room spinning, that can also be a sign of stroke. So these are very common signs and symptoms of stroke. And one of the things I like telling people, if as a simple tool for recognizing stroke, would be to use the mnemonic that's called FAST, F-A-S-T. And what you do if you think that someone's having a stroke, Wendy, you say to that you ask that person, the F stands for face, and you ask that person to smile, and you see if one side of the face is crooked.
Good, okay.
The A stands for arm. Okay. You ask that person to raise both arms, and you see if one arm drifts down to the ground. The S stands for speech. You ask that person to speak, and you see if the speech is slurred or the speech is confused. And the T, and this is a very important one, Wendy, the T stands for time, and that person must call 911. Because the treatment for stroke, especially the type of stroke the most common type of stroke, the treatment can only be administered within 3 hours. And this treatment, which is approved by the FDA, has the potential, Wendy, of reversing the deficits from stroke.
We've been talking for 2.5 minutes. 4 people have died of stroke 5 people, because an American dies every 34 seconds of cardiovascular disease. So in 2.5 minutes, 5 people have passed away.
Yes, from cardiovascular. The disease for heart disease are very devastating. Every 35 seconds, someone will die of heart disease. Will have heart disease. Every 45 seconds, someone will have a stroke.
Oh my God!
Every 3.1 minutes, someone dies of a stroke. And another thing that's important is that, despite the fact that stroke is the leading cause of prolonged disability in the United States, the number one cause of disability, Wendy, very few people again recognize the symptoms and act fast enough to get that life-saving remedy.
Gotcha. All right, one more time, give what's going on in Harlem, then we must move on, Doctor.
Well, this Saturday at the Salvation Army Center, which is 540 Lenox Avenue, we will be doing stroke tests free of charge for the community, and we invite everybody to come out to this special event being held by Harlem Hospital Center. Harlem Hospital has made this event free to the public, and we hope for great numbers to turn up at that event and receive all these great health benefits that we will be addressing on that special day.
Thank you, Doctor. I don't notice a wedding ring. All right, ladies, you know where the doctor will be. It's Dr. Let me say your name right. Ola G. Williams. Right?
You got it right, Wendy.
I just love the DR periods. Thank you very much, Doctor, for coming up. All right, everyone, keep it where you've got it. Now, really, we must get back to the gossip. We must get back to the very foundation of the show. A toe is a toe. Now, enough. HIV, AIDS, stroke.
Wow.
Is this the same show? I'm glad that we have such a diverse bit of programming here on the show in actuality. But really, can we leave the bonus hour for what it is? The Bone Us Hour. All right. How you doing? All right, we're taking a break. The bonus hour is coming up at the top of the hour on 107.5 WBLS.
Wendy Williams rocking your station, dropping hits across the whole nation. Wendy Williams rocking your afternoon.
Oh, Dr. Ian is in the hall. Does he work here at the radio station? What is he doing? Dr. Ian from Celebrity Fit Club. I mean, he walks around here like he's got a special key pass and everything. Dr. Ian, you don't have to come in here. I'm just wondering why it is that you're here so much. Are you doing somebody on the staff? No, he's married, and I'm just playing. I'm just joking. Let's change the topic before he walks in here. There he is, though. Dr. Ian from Celebrity Fit Club. So anyway, everybody, I want to thank you in advance for listening to the show today. And thank our special guest, Dee Bailey. And thank you also to Michael Saunders, living with HIV for 21 years. And thank you to LaJoy Williams. And please, let's not all forget that tomorrow is National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. And, it's marked on one particular day, but this is a lifelong struggle until there's a cure found. Okay. Let's go to the telephone. If I don't see anything on my computer, I'm assuming people are still on hold now. Oh, hello?
Yes.
Hi, it's Wendy. How are you?
Hi, Wendy.
Hey.
Hi. I just wanted to tell you that yesterday when you were talking about the tranny thing.
Yeah, yesterday.
I'm a tall girl too, Wendy, but I don't see that with you. I think that was just something that somebody threw out there because you are so girly. And believe me, I'm not a brown-nosed person. If I wasn't feeling this, I wouldn't be saying it.
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of trannies and a lot of gay men who play the woman role are very feminine also, which is probably another tip-off. Like maybe I don't need to be so. Maybe if I wasn't so girly and perhaps so over the top with it, I wouldn't get trannyized.
I don't know, because I'm tall too, Wendy.
Yeah.
And I had that slung at me once before, and it just made me, just get a little more with it. I just got a little more fabulous with it. You know what I mean? Because I'm tall, and they're going to say stuff anyway about tall women.
Exactly.
Because, they want to see somebody short with a big butt and a little waist. That's their ideal package, and anything that's not fitting that, hey, shorty, it's not the norm, and they want to call you some kind of crazy names. But I just don't see that tranny thing when I look at you.
Which, by the way, doesn't it jar you every time a man calls you shorty?
Yeah.
Is it because it's cute, but it's very jarring. Like,
I'm 5'11", honey. You know what I mean?
Every once in a while, I hear him on the phone. He'd be like, "Yeah, me and Shorty are on our way over." I'm like, "Shorty."
You know what I'm saying? And this guy did it to me for a long time. He had never seen me, and he just kept on shorty, and I kept on telling him, look, I'm 5'11", but that just showed me that he was limited, so we never hooked up.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to meet him.
Yeah.
But I wanted to tell you too, Wendy, the thing you talked about today, the AIDS thing, but there's another epidemic, and it's hepatitis C.
Okay, enough. We'll talk about that next year. Please, enough. No, I know what you mean.
I know.
Yeah,
we'll get out today, right?
Yeah, we'll get somebody in to talk about that too. Oh, please. You know what? It's an obligation to the community, but at the same time, it's a real downer on an otherwise uplifting show that I try to treat like a Calgon bath away from everyday things. But you know what?
I was changing the subject too. I so wanted to tell you. I just don't get that tranny thing when I look at you.
I do.
Get it from that girl and then I get that glance. I so get it from her. She's horsey, and I so get it from her.
Yeah.
But you're not horsey.
Well,
you know, I just see you as just out there. Well, you know, I see you like a black Mariah. Well, and I'm not big on Mariah. It's just that Mariah's out there.
That's funny.
She's in her girliness.
Thank you, Denise. Take care. Bye-bye.
Nice talking to you.
You too. Lakita's on line number 4 and wants to make a comment about the lady in the Mary J. Blige video. Hey, Lakita. Lakita.
Hey, Laquita.
Laquita.
I'm sorry. This is Bimbo Wendy.
Hey, Bimbo. How you doing?
I'm fine, girl. Wendy. Yeah. Let me just say, girl, you had me picking out my casket today. Looking out, talking about all this AIDS and
I know.
Shut up, girl. Shut up, girl. I was scared.
I know.
But anyway, yeah, I want to talk about that girl who called up and said you look like the lady in Mary J. Blige video. Wendy, that lady is ugly. I am sorry. You don't look nothing like her.
It doesn't matter.
I'm sorry.
Bimbo.
Wendy.
Bimbo, it doesn't matter. Maybe that's her vision. It's okay.
Wendy, and you're cute. Like, you're pretty. Only that you got some big old eyes, but Wendy, you look good, girl. But one more thing before I hang up, girl. I want to say something about Remy Martin, because, you know, that's my wife right there. I better go pick up her album tomorrow. Wendy, can I ask you something?
But, Bimbo, I want to talk to a few other people before we leave, and this is the last break of the show, Bimbo.
I love you.
I love you. Bye-bye. Yeah,
right.
Line number 5, Aisha wants to talk about the commercial during Super Bowl with the people having sex on the plane. Go ahead, Aisha.
Yes. Hi, Wendy.
Hey.
Good. Yes, he didn't see the whole commercial, but still yet he called in to complain, okay?
What was the commercial about?
I'm sorry?
What was it about?
Well, the commercial was about everybody was on the plane, and it must have been a long flight because all the lights were off on the plane. Mm-hmm. And the woman was sitting next to 3 men, and she needed to pass to use the bathroom.
Oh!
So she was passing to use the bathroom. Turbulence on the plane shook, and the woman fell on top of the man. And when all the lights came on, everybody on the plane was looking at her like she was doing something.
Got you.
So the whole point of at the end of the commercial, it says, never believe the first thing you see.
Oh!
You understand?
I like that. That's very creative.
I forget who the commercial was for. It must have been like a resume commercial. I forget what it is.
Interesting.
So I was like, this guy calls in. He don't even see the whole commercial. Yeah. He's complaining about Janet Jackson's titty. And he's, how you doing? Why do you want to see Janet Jackson's titty?
All right. Hey, so did you have to say it twice? Gotta go. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Take care. We're going to get ready to get out of here anyway. Denise, thank you so much for calling, but I would not be doing a disservice or I would not be doing right by your question, but with only 2 minutes left. She has relationship issues. And Jason's calling from Tennessee, HIV negative, in a relationship with someone who is HIV positive. Oh, well, yeah, we need to pull up line number 6 real quick, please. Hey, Jason.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How long have you been in this relationship?
No. It's not me. I'm talking about a friend. It's not me.
Okay.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to say that I love your show.
Thank you, Jason.
And keep up the very good work. I love it. I listen to you every day.
In Memphis on Power 99. Non-stop hip-hop.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay, now I have a question, okay? I have a friend that is HIV negative, okay? He is dating this guy that is HIV positive.
Does your friend know that he's HIV positive?
Yes.
Okay.
But that's not the point. It's not the point that, you know, he's negative and the other one's positive. The thing is that they're having sex.
I mean, you know, of course, that's a sound effect that goes on in all of our minds, but we're taught to believe that it's bodily fluids, and we're taught to believe that as long as they use a condom, and we're taught to believe that if there are no cuts in the mouth, then, you know, everything is fine. And we're taught. Couldn't be me.
Yeah.
Stay out of it. I mean, stay. You know what you understand what I'm saying? Stay out of it.
Okay.
And thank you, everybody, for listening. I love you for being here today. And tomorrow's Friday. We'll be back to do it all over again. Okay, bye.
Peace party people. See you later.
Cause I'm saying bye-bye.
Good night. Program complete.